And at that, you'll see 3 pretty thick vines come down and coil all the way down to the ground as a way up.
Why wouldn't they just use these vines to get off the ship if they need help?
Why don't you ask them?
Why not climb down?
It's not safe down there.
That's perfectly safe down here.
Well, tell that to half the crew that's dead now, you idiots.
Okay, we'll do. Later.
So she'll start to pull the vines back up, and as she does that, you hear in the woods, deeper in the jungle, sorry, I keep calling them woods, in the jungle, you'll hear 3 distinct growls start to come out. And then 6
Can we
smaller.
get those ropes, please?
Can we say 6 smaller growls?
Yeah.
3 large and 6 small growls. Okay.
Yeah. So she says, what? And she keeps pulling the ropes up.
She's pulling all 6 up at one time? She's
pulling 3 ropes up. Still pulling.
I'm not gonna leave my crew. I want to jump and grab the rope.
I am.
Wow.
The pig
I'll
tosses
give
a
you
gem.
I'll give you a 10-second timer.
I'll go up.
The pig tosses a gem on my chest, and I go into full size.
Let's go.
So
Don't run and.
I feel like sending the tanky people in there first.
I'm gonna
pretty
run
weak.
and jump and grab the.
I'm pretty fragile.
You're.
I'll let you know that fragile people should not stay on the ground.
I'm going up the rope.
All right.
So make way for it.
What?
We can reach the ropes.
Yeah, she'll if you shout back up to her, she'll drop them back down.
Yeah, drop the rope.
Drop the rope.
Good choice. And she lays the the vines back down, and poof, all 3 hit the ground. And you're allowed to climb back up if you'd like.
I climb up.
I'll climb up.
I guess we're going up.
So everyone's gonna be climbing. I need you just to make a dexterity check to make sure you don't fall off halfway up the rope.
Natural 20. Nice. Good start.
Climb the shit out of the rope.
I'm gonna clamber up.
I'm just gonna fucking levitate, and every 20 feet just kind of tug on the rope a little bit and keep going.
Okay.
I got 16.
Yep.
17.
Yeah, anything above 10 passes.
Okay.
So I'm going to say everybody successfully made it up. As you make it to the crest of the ship, you see the captain of the ship, and she is human. You also see...
how big is she?
She is...
Don't eat her, you son of a bitch.
Human-sized. Just regular, normal human-sized.
Okay. And the rest of her compadres, they all look pretty weak and frail?
No.
Yes.
All right. Good mental note to have.
Yep.
Continue.
So as you all crest the ship, the captain introduces herself, and you also see 2 other male sailors pull the ropes up, and then you see 3 more sitting down tending wounds and looking a little weak.
Weak, you say?
They are a little weak. So the captain introduces herself as Thalasandra Bravewing. She is the ship's captain. She is actually from the Halaran region. They were crossing over and flew a little too close and were actually attacked by some terrafolk who popped I think of it like a zeppelin. Not a zeppelin, just a kind of a blimp. They popped the helium bag on top, and the ship crashed into these trees. What they found was that they sent a distress signal out for crew to come pick them up, but on the ground they found some undead creatures that really fucked them up hard and took 3/4 of the crew out. They are the only ones that made it back, and they've been staying on the ship to avoid what's been on the ground. And this has been like 10, 11 days of this. So they're very malnourished. They've only been sustaining themselves with rainwater and whatever bugs they can catch.
Sounds hot.
Would you like some mayonnaise?
I love some mayonnaise. So yes, they're all very weak. They are expecting a return group to pick them up in the next day or so. But as of right now, they've been staying up here just to avoid the riffraff on the jungle floor.
Do we know how long? Did you say how long they've been up there?
Yeah, 11 days.
11 days, yeah.
I'm trying to think of what I have. I don't think I have anything that's. I don't have any food to offer. I don't believe. Pretty much ate it all.
Yeah, I mean, we have the ration.
Lobster.
Get some some
We have the
Haggard.
rations or whatever it is that Hugh got us.
What's that?
We have the rations or whatever supplies that Hugh got us.
Yep. So you could feel free. What I'll do is I'll say you can give them enough rations to last them until they get picked up.
Yeah. Okay. Is that okay with the group?
I mean,
It's the right thing to do.
I'm definitely not down to let us starve.
Is this an internal dialogue, or are you guys gonna overtly?
No, I mean,
I want to overtly talk to the group. Like not so that they can hear us,
Okay.
but within the group.
like, what can they offer us, though? I mean, I know they're dying.
Well, I mean, you gotta ask them, not me. But
No, I know. I mean, if, like Adam just said, if we're having a discussion amongst the
Okay,
group, that's
sure,
what I'm
sure.
saying.
Well, I'm just
Okay.
saying they let us come up here, and it looked like things were going to go pretty south with the growls that I heard. There are at least 9 creatures in the jungle, and I don't want to face that considering we've seen a T-Rex already.
How many of them are wounded?
just 2 are wounded. Looks like they have some bite marks on their arms. The other
No.
fellow.
Wait, bite marks.
I'll
Bite
roll
marks.
a nature check on those bite marks, please, so I can find out what if I can realize what
Okay.
those might be.
Yeah. Hugh is actually going to assist you in this, so you can roll with advantage.
Oh, thank you. Let's see. So
We'll
with
try and make him more useful for you.
so nature, I would imagine, right? Nature check.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's see. Whoa. Is everybody all right? Cool.
That was my clipboard. Don't worry.
Oh my god.
I don't know. You might not be able to because it might be cursed.
Let's see. I rolled a natural 1 + 6 on that.
Roll with
check.
advantage.
Oh, cool. Nice. And the second
Natural
roll,
1 + 6.
Yeah.
That second roll is.
We've already had a 20 and a 1. Nice.
Yeah. We
All
put the
right.
game
So
in.
that's a 4 + 6. 10.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm
Um,
badass like that.
So Hugh is going to help you even further,
hold on.
and actually take the guy's arm and just be like, "Yeah." And
Want
you're
to do a
like,
nature check? Why don't you ask the paladin?
Yeah.
She's got the highest nature check in the group.
Oh, Paladin needs to fucking speak up.
Hugh!
I'm not your goddamn daddy.
I mean, you kind of just did it
I have
anyway.
these wounds.
So Adam from
I have a
Adam from
+6 on nature, dude. I mean, I don't care what your what's your paladin. What do you have on nature?
Are we
I have
measuring
nothing,
nature
and
now?
It takes intelligence, in which I have a -2.
Oh, never mind. She's
Oh.
a nature paladin that can't roll
Jesus.
fucking nature. What a dumb fucking paladin. All right, cool.
Thanks for stopping by.
I think that's on. I think that's on whoever helped build the character. But all right.
Hey, I didn't roll the character.
All right. So what you can tell, is that it's not a. It's far too big. The span of the bite is far too big to be a humanoid. And it looks like there are 2 big indents in the front, and then some smaller, rounder ones in the back. And what Hugh can tell you is that this looks like a gorilla bite. He's seen this before. The gorillas in the area have 2 big canine teeth, and this matches what he's seen. Just the size of it.
Gorillas are
It
fucking
looks.
bastards too.
So can I talk to some of the wounded?
Yep, there are 2 of them. The 2 that are wounded are Brax and Nar. They are just human guards, pretty low level guys.
Yeah. So I would ask them. So these creatures that bit, did they look normal and healthy, or were they ill?
So Brax and Nar are both extremely exhausted right now. They can't even speak to you. But Veloid, who is the other human guard who's not bit, is in a little bit better condition. He tells you that from what he saw, he made it up the vines before the other two. From what he saw, these weren't normal gorillas. They had pieces of missing flesh. They looked to be undead.
Undead gorillas.
So I turned to the group, and we need to kill these two guys.
The two on the ground are sweating profusely, but they're chilled, and they're doing very badly.
And how many people are left other than those two?
'Cause I can cure the
4 beyond those 2.
Okay.
So there's 6 crew folk on the ship. 2 of them are incapacitated to the point of being useless.
Is this a disease that they have?
Why don't you roll for?
I can roll for that. If you'd
Arcana
like
check?
to. Yeah, can I do that, please?
Why don't you
You can do whatever you want.
What's your
I
medicine
do
check?
have wisdom. Yeah.
Yeah. What is it? +1 +3, so +4. Yeah. Roll wisdom or roll medicine.
D20.
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll medicine.
Oh, she just critted on her.
Yeah,
Medicine
I got
check.
24.
Nat 20?
24.
Yeah. All right. So what you can tell is this is not necessarily a disease, but they are turning into zombies themselves. The flesh around the bite is necrotic. It's dying, and it looks like their veins from the point of origin are black, heading up towards their core.
Yeah.
Solid, you can eat these two.
No, I have an idea,
Adam,
actually.
looks at Solid.
I actually have an idea. of
Garbage in
what
my
this
mouth. Sorry.
Adam's strapping on a bib.
Well, I mean, Amanda is a paladin, so she is.
is. So, Amanda, are you sharing this with us? The rest of us?
Yes.
Okay.
And I don't know, because I was debating on trying to use lay on hands,
Adam-
but if it's not a
Adam,
disease, I don't think it'll.
Before you do anything, roll a perception real quick.
I got something. Passive perception or investigation?
Passive.
Well, if it's passive,
Passive, you don't roll for it, but yeah.
Oh, yeah, true. Just
So I got +5 to passive if you just want to use my regular.
yeah. So it's just
Where's my passive?
be 15, wouldn't it? If you're not negative.
Yes, 15 plus.
Okay, so I'm gonna let you notice it. Philisandra Bravewing, what you can tell is she actually has a brooch on her cloak, and it is a noble signet. And you recognize it being a noble yourself, as a royal family from the Halaran area, and just keep that in the back of your mind because
Okay,
she's a noble. Do you want to do anything with these guys before you do that?
No.
So you're gonna just drop them head out.
What?
You were inspecting this guy's arm, and you want to just put him down, go talk to her.
Well, 1 second. Azariah told me that they're infected.
That it's
Yeah.
yes. Okay. Cool.
So I know
So
that. So yeah, I do want to touch
Catch that. Okay.
put him down. And approach. What's her name again?
her name is Thessalandra. Thasselandra.
Bravewing.
Brave. Yeah. You can call her Brave.
Thessalandra and then revert to my true form on top of the pig up there
Okay.
in front of her, so she recognizes who I am. It's like, of course you know the great Shavas, the pig rider and fuck.
Shit. And fuck.
Pig riding fuck.
Oh, pig. Want some pop?
The pig riding
fuck. She says, "Oh yes."
Alessandra, the will of your
myself-
house.
I myself am unfamiliar, but I know the family name very well. You are an esteemed member of the Merchants Guild. From
So
what I
therefore, you
hear.
know that I can be trusted. Let me tell you one thing: these men are dying. Not only are they dying, they're going to die, and they're going to attack you.
She hurries your big fleshy back towards her, and just says, "Shh. I know. They do not. I was planning on getting rid of these two."
Well, let me propose to you. Let us take care of them for you. Even with that, I have the ability to create a grand feast of the two for us all.
Dude, you don't want to eat zombie flesh.
Dude, I got purified food.
That doesn't get rid of disease
Purified food and drink?
from a live creature.
I don't know how that works, but
Undead is not a disease; it's a curse.
Yeah, it's not.
You
I'll
can't
say-
cure it with normal stuff.
yeah, you were eating rotten flesh.
I was eating rotten flesh, yeah.
Yeah, but not undead flesh.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair
Like
enough.
when you're in the sewers, you're eating those rotten.
If you eat it, I'm going to kill you.
Yeah.
Well, that's not
What I'll
fair.
say is if I eat it,
If I
I'm
can
gonna
find
hate
a
it.
way to make it palatable for everybody and safe, then
I
fucking
can
let
just
me
pick
do
him
it.
up with a tentacle and throw him like a couple
Or we
miles
could
if
eat
you
him.
want.
So first thing, Adam, did you roll for your gold for today?
I did not. Let me see.
Okay, work on that.
Okay.
Second, she will agree that anything you guys can do to get these two off the ship, she just doesn't want a mutiny on her hands. There's, I need to bring and threw them off this ship, even in their current condition. That might
Well-
for me.
Is she just talking to Shavas right now?
She kind of huddled you all together.
Okay. I'm a very persuasive speaker, ma'am, but how worried are you about the two infected ones' feelings?
To me, they're already dead.
All right then.
I think they should be.
She is
Say it, Paladin.
metagaming. She's a cold bitch. She's very young, but she got to this position as a captain of the ship, not only because of her pedigree, but also because of her prowess as a soldier and just being a tough lady. So
Food and drink
Okay,
in a 5 sphere is purified of poison and disease. Is that disease?
That is not a curse.
Okay, fair enough.
So have we already passed out the rations that we said we were going to give them?
I don't believe so.
Okay. I start gathering. I mean, just ask Q quick. I'm like, here, grab me some rations. Then I start walking up to the healthy crew.
Yep.
I'm like, I start distributing them. I'm patting shoulders. Like, oh man, it's amazing that you guys have made it through this. This is a really tough situation, but in situations like this, people need to make sacrifices, and unfortunately, two of your members have already made the ultimate sacrifice, even though they don't know it yet. The monsters that they were bit by passed on a curse to them. They are sorely already gone, and they're beyond what we can heal. Otherwise, we certainly would. We really, really would. But for the safety of the crew and the captain, we really need to end their lives.
Roll
Before
persuasion
they turn.
with advantage.
Persuasion with advantage. So
These guys are really apt to believe what you're saying because they haven't seen food in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
You're holding out some rations. So
and I've got +10, so
yeah, I mean, yeah, roll.
27.
Yeah, you're fine. They believe everything you're saying. They're on board. They'd even try and help you push them off the ship.
Is simply pushing them off enough?
I mean, I can
It's
take him. I can grab him with a tentacle.
They are an inch away from death, or
We need
undeath,
to dismember
and
them.
they are 50 feet from the ground. So you throwing them off the ship would kill them, but
We're gonna have to deal with the aftermath. We need to be
Why doesn't the
take
paladin just
definitive
smite
action.
him? Just smite him. Just erase them.
Yeah, there we go.
Paladin, do your work. Get rid of these fucking undead dude.
they're not undead yet. And I don't know where that's gonna roll with everyone's.
Tell you what, I'm just gonna
alignment.
walk up, talk up. Tell you what, I'm just gonna walk up to them and then just fucking slit their throat. Now they're dead. Okay, now they're undead. Please kill them. As soon as they pop up, Paladin, please kill them.
Oh my
The- You're overthinking it really badly. What if you just chop their heads off?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I mean by dismember.
I mean, that's
Cut
just
their
me,
head
but
off.
That's just me.
Walk up to them and fucking slit their throats. All right, done.
30 minutes
No.
in, Solid's frustrated as hell and is already just like chopping his fucking heads off,
Okay,
saying, "Get over
look,
it, get out of here." Let's go."
I weigh like 500 pounds. I'll just
Yep.
walk over and I step on their heads.
Oh!
Do I need to roll for that?
Yeah, I'd like to see it. So roll for whatever you want. I don't care. Roll for performance. Roll for athletics, strength.
I'll roll for
Athletics.
strength.
Athletics.
19. I'd say.
Athletics.
Well, I rolled for strength.
Ooh,
I can roll for
You
athletics.
make the roll. I will flourish.
Okay.
I already have an idea.
So I roll for strength, and I say enough, and I walk up to them, and I step on both their fucking heads.
What was your roll?
My roll was 19. No, 16. 19.
Which one?
19. 19.
All right. So I'm actually going to have you do something better, if you don't mind. I'm going to improvise
Sure.
here.
Sure.
So you're going to have the paladin come up to the two and comfort them, lay them down side by side. And you're going to break off a board roughly, 3 feet long. And you're going to start running, do a little kick flip, and land with the board across both their heads. And you're going to go, Cowabunga.
I like it.
And both their heads are going to pop. So you can successfully... Enough. Pizza time. And you just squish their heads. So they are dead. Dead. And the crew and Thessalandra, I'm going to call it Bravewing. Bravewing kind of recoil because that was their companions. And she asks you to get rid of the bodies, please.
And they're pushed off the side.
Okay. Who's pushing them?
I'll push them off the side.
Not me.
Roll a d20 real quick.
9.
Okay. So you push both of them off. And you return back to Bravewing, and she thanks you. That was something that she, even herself, couldn't muster. She lets you know that you're now, what she'd like to offer you in your service is that you can be in the good favor of the Halaran Empire. If they are in the area, she gives you a flare, which is a blue flare. It's a magical flare. It can be seen at night. It can be seen in the day. It can be anytime. And if they're in the area within a certain distance, they'll see it and they can come to your aid.
Thank you. Genuinely appreciate it.
I would have thought we have already had that ability.
As this is happening, you hear 2 ropes on the side of the ship tighten. And it sounds like something's weight has been added to them.
Are they monkey friends?
What you hear from below you is grunting and howling, and the rope sounds like something's climbing up it.
I would suggest somebody
I will give you one quick turn to either position yourselves or do whatever you'd like to do before something happens.
I power armor up.
Bravewing looks at everyone, looks at the crew, looks at you guys, and notices that when those 2 bodies were thrown off the ship, it must have caught their foot or something because 2 of those ropes fell down and 1 stayed up. So 2 of those ropes now are from floor to ship, and she thinks something's coming up. So she draws her sword, and she says, I know that sound.
I cut the ropes.
And you can attempt to. They're thick.
Okay.
I back away from the ropes and put the party between me and the ropes.
So you can attempt to cut them, Adam. I'm going to have you do 2 separate strength checks.
Okay.
First one's to go halfway through, the other one's to cut all the way through. Okay. And in the meantime, I am going to have one of these fellas pop up and say hi.
And I enter my shell.
Where'd they go?
Worst melee guy ever.
So
this I
Oboy
use
pops up.
my intelligence modifier
shit.
is used as my strength modifier with this power armor.
Okay.
So I got a 16.
You get about a quarter of the way through it.
Okay.
And that gentleman pops up and I'm gonna have you guys all roll initiative real quick.
I disbelieve.
Okay.
19 for me.
Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
Say it again.
I
Well,
got
that's-
7.
That's the second one of the night.
So
I
that's
also got a 20.
Is this just a straight D20?
you both got 20s?
No, I got
No,
21.
I rolled 11. I'm just. Is there a modifier, or is this just rolling a
It's
D20?
Initiative.
initiative, so it's
Oh,
dex
initiative.
mod.
Sorry. Okay.
So Adam, you got a 19. Amanda, you got a 10.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah.
Solid, you got a what? 21.
21.
21.
13.
Robot, you
Two.
got a 13.
Yep.
Death, you got a solid 2.
Solid 2.
Can you roll a
Yeah,
0?
Everybody.
I rolled a 1.
All right, so I'm gonna have you with your 1 as you're backpedaling behind. You can be behind the group, but you are gonna trip over a board and go prone for your first turn.
Cool.
Oof.
Sorry,
It
ones.
rolls the 1. It gets the pain.
It's the ones.
That's
All right.
yeah.
All right. So, Solid, go ahead. In front of you stands a singular undead gorillan. And following closely behind is, from what you can tell, sounds like more.
All right, well, I'm just immediately going to start doing Evard's black tentacles. They turn the ground in the area to difficult terrain with a 20-foot radius for myself.
That will cover.
20-foot square on the ground.
It's
sorry.
a 20-foot. Yeah, there you go.
That's the whole deck of the ship.
Okay.
So that'll be you guys too.
Yes. So
Yes, you don't think I know this?
yeah. And then I'm going to actually I don't think I can do another thing. I think that's it.
Oh, yeah.
That's an action. It's a full action to do it.
I think we should. Can you speak?
You can't use speak with animals
Right.
too.
They are
I mean,
not
you can-
animals.
you
They're not
can-
animals.
Bitches.
Yeah, he can talk. He can speak common, right?
Who?
A gorillion could.
Fuck no.
No. Oh,
He's a zombie.
Undead. Yeah, he's zombies.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just,
He doesn't speak shit. I'll let you know his intelligence is a 3. So
and we're in the middle platform, right?
you
Nope.
are on the lowest, which would be the furthest forward. So that'd be the stern of the ship. The bows. Stern. My nautical knowledge isn't that great.
Fuck.
The front of the boat?
The front of the boat.
I thought you said the
I thought
stern.
the back of the boat was.
Oh, the back's the highest.
Oh, that's the front is the bow.
Yeah.
Whatever. Captain Crunch.
You're
Captain
perfect.
Crunch. Shut up.
I'm actually not going to use the Evard's black tentacles right in this spot. Then I'm actually gonna. Fuck, I can't make that jump. I have like a fucking 4 for strength.
So if you're trying to go to another platform, it's like a 15-foot diagonal jump. So it's going to take a good check to do that.
No,
Or
yeah,
you
I can't
could
do it.
use vines, you could use branches, but you're going to have to take
Well,
a chance of those snapping
mean-
in here.
All right. Well, I guess I'll just do an Eldritch Blast at it for right now.
Okay.
I don't want to fuck everybody else up with these tentacles quite yet.
Good idea.
2d10 force. So I gotta make a roll. All right. I think something was going wrong because I rolled a third 20 in a row, so I'm just gonna re-roll.
It's a weighted dice away.
Yeah. 14 to hit.
To hit the zombie?
Yes.
I think that does, yeah.
Okay. 2d10. So 10 plus my charisma modifier. Which is 4. So 14 force damage.
Okay. Adam, you're next.
I'd like to cast. I don't want to do that. Yes, I want to cast Blur on myself.
Blur, okay. Want to do anything else?
I get 2 attacks, so I would like to shoot a beam from my chest to hit the closest gorilla.
It is the only one right now.
Okay, only one out. Cool. Well, let's do
Yep.
that. So, let's see, that is a 15 to hit.
Yes.
Okay, that was 1d6 damage. Doesn't say what kind of damage, it's just damage, right?
For what?
My beam out of my chest.
It's
I'm
lightning,
assuming
isn't it?
Well, the second part of it's lightning.
Okay.
So
Just force.
Okay, so first force damage of 5.
Yep.
And then lightning damage of 6.
Okay.
Plus 3, so 9.
So 14 damage
total.
altogether. Nice. Good damage. Okay. Anything else you want to do?
No, that's the end of it.
Okay.
And I can't. Is there anywhere to
ne-
move at the end of my turn? I mean, I don't really understand the positioning where I am in relation.
You see the ship map that I gave you guys?
I did, yeah.
You guys are on the front portion, which would be on the right-hand side. The gorilla jumped up on the bottom, which would be like towards the. You see the hole in the ship on the top?
Yeah.
It's on the opposite sides where the gorilla is. You guys are facing that hole in the ship.
And they're
Or you're back
they're
to
to the
it.
left. We're to the right of that hole, and they're to the left of that hole. On the other platform.
Yes.
Okay. All right.
So, all right. So you're good there. Next will be the Gorillans. He will. I don't know who's closest right now. It's not Death or Adam Solid. All right. So we are going to say it's Robot. Sorry. You did just stomp some heads. So yeah, he's going to attack you.
It could be Panda. She didn't say she was moving.
Actually, let's do this. I want to do this. The Gorillan's actually going to attack.
She's still thinking about it.
Yeah, the Gorillan's actually going to attack Hugh. Hugh is there with sword drawn, and he is going to.
Get them with your baby arm.
Oh, the gorilla just rolled a nat 1. So,
Uh-oh.
as the gorilla makes an attack, Hugh actually pivots and shoves his arm with the hag arm and actually breaks it. And you can see it's his kind of exposed bone arm there. It just shatters and it actually takes that arm off. And instead of a multi-attack, he can only attack once now.
Ooh, good job, Hugh.
So Hugh just dismantled his arm, and after he does that, he turns invisible.
See, that's how you do it, monk.
Yeah,
I hold one fist out, just like leave it hanging, like
and you feel it,
yeah.
but invisibly. So the gorilla is actually pretty upset about it. Goes to make another attack while he still can, and misses. Hugh's not there, so he's moved. And it swings and crushes into the deck of the ship, and you see the boards splinter. So it was going to be a good attack. As that happens, another gorilla actually jumps up behind and grabs 2 of the crew members, 2 of the healthy ones, and just throws them off the ship.
Bye.
You hear them hit the ground, If you care to look, what you'll see is a horde of ghoul. There's 6 ghouls on the ground, and they see the bodies fall, and they start to just swarm. And actually, Adam, is anybody else looking at that?
I'm looking at that.
I'm not.
I'm not.
So roll a perception check real quick, like a investigation.
Investigation check. Cool.
Yeah.
That will be. I'm gonna choose to. Can I reroll? I think I have a reroll.
It's a decent check. So reroll if you want.
Check 1 second. So, as an observant, I get to add +5 to.
I did give you a reroll from beginning of the session too.
Yeah. 2 of them actually. 2 boons I haven't used yet. Okay, let's do that. I'll do a reroll.
Okay.
There's another way I can do that, but let's do that instead.
Do the easy button.
Okay, so that one was a 7. So I get 7 + 5. That's 12. I get to add my 1 time a day, add my intelligence to 1 save / check per day. So, 15.
Okay. From what you can tell, it's not perfect, but what you can tell is that there's actually a symbol on top of the ghouls' heads. It looks like a blue arrow.
Okay.
And that's all you can tell right now. And you mentally note that.
Right,
But they swarm and devour those 2 bodies that just fell. So the crew is down to 2. It's just the captain and 1 more member.
In seeing that, would I need to roll something to understand that I knew what that was or did not know what that arrow meant?
You have not seen that
Okay.
symbol yet.
Very good.
You can certainly ask someone later about it, but as of right now, you recognize there's a blue arrow on top of their head that goes at a point to their forehead and back to their head.
Okay.
All right. So now there are 2 zombies on the ship.
This is like turns.
Yeah. 2 zombies on the ship. And it's gonna be Robot's turn.
Okay, so the one that just came up on the ship.
Yep.
I'm gonna go up to that one and do flurry of blow.
Okay.
So roll to attack. All right, 16. Do I add anything? I rolled a 16. Do I add anything to that?
It's your normal attack roll, right?
Normal
Yeah.
attack roll. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Flurry of
Does that
blows is
land?
just 16 definitely hits. Yeah.
Okay. So then I do 2 attack rolls. One's a 9. The other one's a 9. So 18 damage.
Okay.
But I'm going to use a key point and use the open hand technique, and you have to do a dex saving throw.
Okay.
It's a DC 14.
Okay. That is a 15.
Motherfucker. Okay.
14 plus 1.
14 plus 1. Hang on. Okay, nothing happens.
Okay. So you hit him blah, 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 in the chest.
Yeah. That'd have been
So-
awesome if I'd landed that, but
Yeah.
No, it's cool.
fuck.
As you're hitting him, you feel ribs break, and you smell like rotten flesh as the ribs pierce these organs that have been useless for what seemed like weeks. And next will be the one you just punched. So he is going to make an attack on you. Boy, all right.
As he should.
Yeah. So he is going to roll. Oh, wow. Okay, sorry. So he rolled a 9
Okay.
and then a 17. 9, 17, 17, 12, 20 not natural.
Okay. My AC is 17.
Okay, so he hit you once out of all those. So what I'm going to do is he's going to be coming down with all 4 fists and a bite, and the only one that lands is a bite.
Oh. That seems like the worst one.
That doesn't make the worst one.
Dip, duck, dodge, dive, and dodge.
Yeah. So
I do.
all four arms
Wait.
beat on your shell.
Oh, it doesn't work.
And nothing happens. The bite hits you for 7 damage.
And now we've got to kill you because you're infected.
Oh no.
Not necessarily,
I know, I'm just being a dick.
but maybe.
I want to cast Purify Food.
He comes up to the turtle and rubs his back.
I know. I think Adam's purified food and water is my other party's animal handling. Because that's what they always try to do.
You ever heard of turtle soup? It's quite a delicacy.
Cast animal.
His little chubby fingers. Oh, sorry, never mind. Bad sore subject. So, all right, that was the monkey's turn. Next will be Amanda.
Okay. Where am I in this situation?
Adam, you nailed it. You are on that front portion of the ship, just in the mix.
Okay.
You're all pretty much
I would like-
close to each other.
Okay, I would like to use my bonus actions, and so I'm gonna cast Ensnaring Strike,
Yep.
and then attack with my longsword.
Ensnaring strike doing what?
So, Ensnaring Strike. If I hit a creature with a weapon attack before the spell ends,
Yep.
a mass of thorny vines appears.
Oh,
And
cool.
so, target must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained by magical vines until the spell ends.
Awesome. I like it.
And then I can take 1d6 piercing damage at the start of each of its.
Perfect.
Okay.
All right, so we'll have you do your attack roll.
Okay.
So D20. 10 plus the 6.
So 16.
Yep, hits.
Okay. And so. So I got 10.
10 damage, okay.
Yeah.
Yep, perfect. Nice.
And then that means he's restrained by.
Well, he's gonna do a straight save.
He's going to do
Yeah.
his check.
Which
Alright,
is-
so-
he's got to probably be a pretty good strength.
He rolled a 20 not natural.
Jesus Christ. Cool.
Yeah, he's a strong
What's your,
boy.
what's your strength? What's your save DC spells? Go down to your spell sheet. This is your spell save DC.
Oh,
She has a 14.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Yeah, he definitely busts out.
it's going to be hard for him not to beat that. But
Yeah.
all right, so cool. So he, you take your longsword, slice across his chest.
She gets 2 attacks too.
Okay. The first attack then slices
Yeah,
across.
so I'll do another.
Gotcha.
Here.
Slices into just flesh. That's nothing there really. Does your you say 10 damage?
Yeah, the first one was 10 damage.
Okay.
And that's a D20 plus 6.
9. I got a 9.
You got a okay. That misses.
Yeah.
Hey, sometimes you never know. Zom's pretty fucking.
It didn't miss by much, but it missed. Okay. Anything else you want to do?
No, that's it.
Death, go ahead.
Alright, Gideon uses his move to pop up from prone, and kind of peek around to see if anybody saw him trip, and then, I mean, the one just came up the rope, right? Is he still next to the ledge?
Yep.
Is he a medium creature? I mean, or is he like a huge thing?
He is large.
All right, then I can't throw him off, but instead I will hit him with a chill touch. So some misty tentacles wrap around him. And this one will be, I don't know, whatever one's closest to me. I don't really care.
It'd be the one that just attacked, or Amanda just attacked.
Okay. 24.
Yeah.
All right. And damage is 2d8. 4 damage.
Okay, yeah.
But if you hit an undead target, it also has disadvantage on attack rolls against you until the end of your next turn.
Oh, cool.
And then I am going to use a sorcerer point to quicken another chill touch, but on the other undead monkey.
Okay.
And I will roll a 14 to hit.
14 does hit.
Okay. And better damage this time, 9. And then he also has disadvantage if he attacks me.
Awesome.
And that's my turn.
That's just disadvantage on you.
Yeah, just to me.
Okay. So back to the top of the order is going to be solid. Before you go, you're going to hear a chonk next to you, and the other vine that was not being used is cut. And decloaking is Hugh, and he has chopped that vine. So what you hear is the vine flip off, and then you hear a loud thud. So there was another gorilla coming up, but he has successfully chopped that vine, and they are down.
Use the
Yeah.
shit.
Good shit.
Helped him out. You helped him out with the arm. All right, so now solid.
All right. I'm gonna use a lightning bolt on him.
Lightning
Which one?
bolt.
The one that's in front of Amanda. That one that everyone.
Okay.
So he needs to make a dexterity save.
Excellent. That is a 4.
Very nice.
Not
So
natural.
So he takes 8d6 lightning damage.
Excellent. Go ahead.
Yeah, 8d6. Jeez.
That's a good chunk.
So he takes 26 lightning damage.
How would you like to kill him?
Just want the lightning bolt to enter his head and explode his entire body.
Does lightning come out or down?
Oh, it comes down.
Okay, so around the top of the ship, a dark cloud will form, and a lightning bolt will rip down, and you can feel everybody's hair tingles, hits the gorilla zombie, and you see the electricity course through its body, between its teeth, its eyes jolt out, and then head pops, and he falls over the side of the ship.
Very good. And I have a tentacle that's gonna pop up. How far away did the next one pop up over on the ship?
10 feet away.
10 feet away. Okay, yeah. The tentacle pops up next to Amanda, Amanda's character, and is gonna chill as a bonus action. That's what I'm doing. But then, yeah. Wait, how close was he to me then?
15 feet or so.
Oh boy. So does that mean can I gain temporary hit points?
I didn't hear anything you said.
Does that mean that my
You devour?
devour goes off?
Yes.
All right, sweet. How many hit points do I get for that one?
I don't remember. Should be on your sheet. I don't know.
Yeah. I'll look.
Okay, go ahead and give it to yourself when you find out.
Yep.
Adam, before your turn, you're actually going to feel a rush of air past you, and a javelin comes flying by and sticks the other zombie right in the chest. And the captain of the ship threw that. She's behind you, and she says, "Get off my goddamn ship!" Throws it, sticks the gorilla, and takes some good damage. So now it's your turn.
I'd like to cast Levitate on the grillin.
Oh, nice. Okay. That just do, right? That isn't a
No, it's
isn't
con
like
save.
a
It's con save.
it's a con save. Okay.
Would anybody like to help me with that? Just saying.
Your bard is not here. I mean, there's nothing you can really do to
Yeah, I know.
help that, but yeah, right. Anyway, get underneath him and lift.
Well, they
Right,
could,
so-
if the bard were here, they could do.
You rolled a 7, so
Oh yeah, okay, 14.
what?
So it's a 14 to beat spell DC.
Oh, yeah, well, he had that, so yeah.
Okay, very good. So
Did
he
not make
floats.
that save.
I can't make him move left or right. I don't think with that.
Okay,
levitate
he just
spell.
lifts.
He goes up 20 feet in the air.
Oh, okay.
Vertically.
Okay, so he's hanging there 20 feet in the air. He's, like I said, he's not very bright, so he's swiping at the air, not knowing he's above him. He doesn't know what's going on. So as this is happening, you hear the rope, the one remaining rope on the side, tighten again. Sounds like there's some weight being applied to it.
And with my second action, I'd like to attack that rope.
Okay.
Let's do my chest attack.
Okay.
Well, that's just a force plus lightning. I guess they'll just swing it. It probably wouldn't cut it. How's that work?
Shows what you roll.
Okay. All right. Let's do that.
Basically, I'll let you know how the vine works. It's got a armor class, it's got a health pool,
Okay.
but it's broken up into 2 sections.
Right.
If you rolled
only
a
have-
crit, if you rolled a crit, I'd probably let you kill it all together. But it's got 2 health bars to get through to
Okay.
cut.
All right. So second attack. Let's do to hit.
Yep.
So that is 9.
Oh yeah, hits it.
Okay. Cool.
It's a 5 to hit it.
Okay. Cool.
It's just a vine.
The first is, let's see, 2 damage of force
Yep.
plus 5 damage of lightning. Sorry.
Yep.
5 rolled plus 3, so 8 damage of lightning to the vine.
Okay. So you hit it with your attack, and it splinters. Fibers kind of come up, chunks it about halfway through.
Okay. Cool.
So
Nice.
next we'll
Where's this
Perfect.
vine located? Is it closer to us? Or
over this. Yeah, it's like 10 feet away,
I'm gonna move
over the side of the ship.
move 15 feet backwards, as far back as I can.
So you're kind of pegged against the back of the ship, or the back
The
of the
railing.
Right.
Yeah.
Next will be the monkey that you just hit. Now with levitate, can he like save out of that, or can he come down, or how does that work?
Turning, do a con save, try to get out of it.
Okay. So let's do that again. Yeah. All right.
Let's
So
do
that
one, two,
is
real quick. Let's see. I don't think he can actually.
once he's up.
Yeah, I don't think he can. Target can move only by pushing or pulling its fixed object or surface within reach, which is not. Allows it to move, which allows it to move if reclining. I can change the target's altitude about 20 feet in either direction on your turn. Oh, I didn't realize either direction. That's cool. So next time, if target, you can move up or down as part of you. If you're the target, you can move up or down as part of your move. Otherwise, you can use your action to move the target, which must remain in the spell's range. When the spell
Okay.
ends, it floats gently down. It's a 1-minute spell. It does not say that you can get out of it.
Save out of it or anything. Okay. So I'm going to have him do a check. Yeah, he failed it. I was going to have him just try and reach a vine or something and pull himself in, but he went to go do that and it's too far out of his grasp. So he is suspended there. He's actually going to pull that javelin out and throw it. And he's going to throw it at you, Adam.
Okay.
I'm just going to have him do a regular attack roll.
That's with disadvantage because I've still got blur.
Okay, yeah, okay. It's gonna be tough to beat what I just did, but yeah. So he rolled a 3 to hit you.
Okay.
I'm assuming that misses.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, he throws the javelin and it just pegs into the deck right next to you.
I don't,
And what's that?
I don't have a reaction to it, so
Okay, no worries. Next will be robot.
He's still in the air. Okay,
Yes.
I'll go to the rope,
Okay.
and I have a dagger. So I guess I need to ready the dagger and then attempt to cut.
I'll just let you do it.
Okay, cool. All right,
You can take the vine by surprise.
I'll yeah. Nat 20. Out of fucking ways.
No.
no,
all
that's
right.
great.
Yeah, no, I'll do something here. So you come up, take your dagger, and you slice the vine. As you do so, you hear a fall thud. As the vine coils down, it actually catches a piece of the railing, and it falls down and impales the zombie gorilla and kills it on the ground. So you don't have to worry about him. So good 20.
Very good.
That'd be nice.
You want to do anything else?
I'll get it in my shell.
Okay. Turtle up. Next will be Amanda.
Okay. Justin, can they hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna do use Moonbeam.
Okay. The one in the air.
At the one in the air. Yeah.
Yep. He's the only guy left
Okay.
that you know of.
So he makes a con saving throw.
Damn. Really nice. So that is a 8.
What do I
What are you doing?
Spell DC. Spell save DC.
So
Your spell save DC is 14.
okay.
So he failed.
Yeah. And then so he's gonna take 2 D10 radiant damage.
Nice. Does that do anything special to undead?
Right?
Should, I would imagine, radiant damage.
I don't know. Are undead weak to radiant damage?
Should be. That's the opposite, right?
Does it specify anything in the spell?
Radiant and necromancy are opposites. Polar opposites.
It doesn't specify anything in the spell. I'm just saying no, but
I don't think so.
usually spells like that do special things.
Oh wait.
I don't think so. I think it does anything.
It reverts to its original form and can't assume a different form until it leaves the spell's light. Yeah, it doesn't say anything about.
It
Okay,
doesn't do anything about undead.
Yeah.
But I got 13.
13. Oh, close. All right. So your moonbeam, that's also a vertical, not a horizontal.
Yeah.
Beam. So where that thundercloud was, the sky opens up a little bit, and a ray of light shoots down and tears through the zombie, stripping some flesh off its bone. It's barely hanging there in air, looking pretty weak. Next will be Death.
All right, here's a little something. So undead fortitude, if they have that, if damage reduces a zombie to 0 hit points, it must make a con saving throw with a DC of 5 plus damage taken, unless the damage is radiant.
Yep.
So I guess radiant just hits.
Yeah, it would make it so he cannot save out of that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that almost happened because I'll metagame, but he's down to 3 hit points. So if it was 3 more hit points instead of being able to bounce back to 1, he would have just been dead. So all right, Death, your turn.
All right. It's just floating there. So I just, stick my arm up in the air, and another tentacle appears around it and constricts it.
Okay.
And I will roll a 19.
Yeah, hits.
Okay. And it does 7 damage.
Kills him.
All
Whatever
right.
you wish.
The tentacle curls around the monkey in its arms and finally just constricts until it just crushes it, and all the bones and all the rest of the desiccated flesh just kind of pop and fall apart.
Awesome. I am going to have to do his save real quick. So how much damage was it?
7.
So DC 5 plus 7. Con save. Oh, fuck you. Yeah, he failed that. He failed that. So he's dead. Congratulations, dead. All right. As you crunch, bones popping, splintering, and the tentacle releases, it drops back to the ground. With that, the ghouls scatter as it lands in front of them, and they dissipate into the jungle.
Nice.
So there you go. Success. Da-da-da-da.
So we still have 1 crew member left.
You have 1 crew member, and then Bravewing herself.
Bravewing, yeah.
So you have 2 live crew. 2 live crew.
Live crew. I look over her and I say, "No ass, bitch. No backstage ass."
So Bravewing approaches you and says, "Thank you. I imagine we will be able to survive the night if you wanted to go. I appreciate these rations more than you could know, and thank you for everything you did today. And like I said, if in need, send that flare."
Gideon's very gracious and says thank you. And he also would like. I mean, I'm not noble, but I am. I am the firstborn son of a very wealthy merchant house, the Thrax, and I would definitely like to make sure she knows the name.
She gives you a piece of parchment and has you scribe the name down, and she says, "I'll pass this along to our treasury, and I'm sure we'll try and
put my hand on
hook you
Gideon's
up."
shoulder and say, "I vouch for this one."
Wait, you put your what?
My hand.
Nope.
He's in Iron Man mode, dude.
I'm in Iron Man mode. I got my arm.
I wish you were. I wish you weren't. You could put your knob
No,
on.
I know.
I know. Just like nub me in the butt.
Yeah.
So I grab him around his shoulder and I say, "I vouch for this one right here," and like slap his chest one time.
And she'll say, "A friend of Shavas is a friend of mine." So
I've never heard that before, but that's fantastic. I'm glad it worked.
All right. So I can. You're free to travel down.
Yeah, but didn't you say it's nighttime now, or close to?
It's like afternoon. You're fine.
Okay. I mean, we could still do some traveling. There's
You
still time
can
to
travel. Yeah, you
Okay.
have hours of daylight left. So,
All right.
yeah, there's one rope up on the ship that you guys can traverse down safely on.
Okay.
As you go, Bravewing offers you. She says it's not much, but it's all I have, and she offers you one explorer's pack, which has rations and tools in it, and then a priest's pack as well, which has some priestly materials. I'd have to look it up, see what's.
Yeah, it's got some like little kids' toys and.
Yeah, it's
I would love the priest
chloroform.
pack if nobody wants it.
Yeah, you're welcome to all of it. I'm not planning on carrying any of it.
She'll hand you the priest pack and then give Hugh the explorer's pack.
Cool.
Perfect.
All right, so you guys hit the ground, and
I'd like to ask her about the blue arrow if she knows anything about it before we leave.
She does not. But Hugh pipes up and says, and he racks his brain. Let me actually roll for this because roll. All good. You want to give him any help at all?
What is it? A nature check or history?
It's going to be religion.
Religion check. I have good
I
religion.
can't help
I don't know
with
how
that,
to help
but-
him with it though.
Just explain to him what you saw.
Okay, so I'll use my. Do me roll my religion.
No,
Just to-
I'm just going to give him advantage because I rolled really badly.
Okay.
So
Yeah, so I explained all of the ghouls down below had a long blue stripe on the top of their heads with a pointed blue arrow at their forehead, aiming towards their noses. I saw this as they attacked the crew members that landed and hit the ground.
he strokes his beard and he thinks and he says, "I've seen that mark before. That belongs to a Yanti king that lives
the Yanti.
that live in the jungle. He himself was a powerful warlord that actually sacrificed his body to the Yantis, and now he is part of them, and one not to be trifled with."
Yet the Yantis are not ghouls. Interesting.
Yes. So, from what he can tell you is that he's seen this before. The Yantis use these ghouls as slaves and brand them with that mark just to keep track of them, aside from the other undead that run around the jungle. So, the undead that belong to these Yantis are top-tiered undead. They're used as scouts and labor, and so from what you know now, these scouts are heading back probably to report what they saw.
Great. I love snake people.
You will meet them.
Explain everything I know of the group about the Yanti. And in this how their hierarchy is, and what I know of this warlord. Roll.
No, you just let him know.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Everybody knows.
Cool. All right.
Well, I mean, he was talking. I was just saying, like, I wanted to add more information about.
You can assist him in describing. So, from as you're descending, you can see a pathway to a large valley, and you do see a bridge going across with a statue in the middle.
Oh, no.
And Hugh says that's Mwahaha. We need to cross that bridge.
Oh.
Well, and like a stone bridge, like a.
It is
substantial.
Show you. Oh, it's substantial. It's girthy.
Okay.
Hopefully,
I will show
there's
you.
no toll.
All right, so here it is.
Fuck.
That's funny. All right. So that's the bridge from an aerial view. Huge bridge.
Yeah.
And you can head that way if you'd like.
Yeah, I mean...
Shall we go?
Shall we go?
I think we should go.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, so you guys are heading that way. As you hear what sounds like laughter, but it is ape-like. You all know what apes sound like, and it sounds like thousands of apes and monkeys are chorusing together with their chanting to make a laughing sound. And as you approach the bridge and enter the clearing to the bridge, silent.
Oh dear, looks like monkey business is afoot.
So as you get to the bridge, you see a giant statue in the middle. And there's a stone shrine that stands at the midpoint of the bridge. It consists of an imposing statue of a Chultan warrior wearing a war mask, hunkered down like a panther ready to pounce. Like the monkeys everywhere on the bridge, the carving is highly... there are other carvings of monkeys on the bridge that are really ornate. Bright gems flash in its eye sockets. They're black gems in its eyes. A human skeleton lies crumpled at the statue's feet. Several of its bones are obviously broken, but it's impossible to tell whether these injuries happened when the person was alive or were caused by scavengers after its death. So you have a giant bridge that's probably 200 feet wide, hundreds of feet long, and
Look back to the group and say, "This doesn't bode well for us, gentlemen and ladies, but one's not here."
Yeah, one of them can't speak.
One's just tagging along.
What say you?
So Hugh will actually pipe up and say he's heard of this. He himself has never come across this. He's familiar with the area. He recants the story of his arm being taken. They took the sea route to get here, and they saw this bridge, but from the ocean. And he lets you know that from local folk lore, that golem in the middle can come to life. It takes a special touch to persuade it otherwise.
I'm gonna guess that none of us have the special touch, but
Got the magic stick. What?
unless it likes
So,
tentacles.
he suggests you guys go at least check it out,
All right.
I'd like to cast.
because that is the way across. Otherwise, it's a deep gorge.
I'd like to do an Arcana check on these eyes, these gems.
Okay.
Okay, so we're heading right out to the middle.
How close do I need to be for that?
To check out the eyes.
Mhm.
Pretty close, like 50 feet.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go 50 feet.
Okay.
As close as I can. Wherever I know the distances that I can do a check.
So I'll let you know, you can approach as much as you want. and that statue will interact or not. So you approach, you're within 50 feet, look at the eyes, and they are 2 giant obsidian gemstones.
Okay, Arcana check. Let's see, I rolled a 12 plus 6, 18.
From what you can tell, they are actually not magical.
Okay.
No magical essence in them.
I pass that on to the group. There's no magic to the eyes. They're just gems.
Well, Hugh's been right about most things so far, so...
Hugh,
And,
can't pull one out.
He says no. He will go up and actually inspect the... he goes right up to the statue, 2 feet away from it, and it doesn't move. And he doesn't touch it with his hand, but he takes his sword and taps the legs. Nothing happens. And he points to a pedestal, like a podium in front of the statue. And he says, look. And it looks like a maze that is carved into this stone pedestal here. It's covered with a lot of moss right now. You can't really see the pathing very well. You can get a general idea of it. And what you can tell is at the top of the map, it's gold inlay. On the sides and the bottom are black. And there are exits to the sides, to the top, to the bottom.
I have to look around the bridge and see if there's any sort of like gold coloring or black coloring on the surrounding blocks or railings.
Nothing you can see. The monkey statues are adorned with small gems. Nothing special. They're like sandstone.
Gold or black.
No. The only black you can see is in the eyes of everything else is stone. The eyes are black on the golem. And at the very end of the bridge, you can see a small glint of gold.
Past him.
Yeah.
Gideon's going to make an effort to actually be aware this time and keep an eye out for like armies of monkeys.
Good idea. Roll a perception real quick. Or sorry, roll. What's your passive perception?
11.
So what you can hear is underneath the bridge. It sounds like things are swinging on vines underneath the bridge.
Yeah.
Not making any auditory sounds, but you can hear the vines creaking as a swing swings.
Yeah. Everybody keep an eye out for monkeys. I have a feeling we will be meeting them soon.
Do anything else?
No, I'm going to stay near the middle of the bridge.
Yep.
Yeah. So if the monkeys
you want to do
pull
anything
over
with
the
that
sides.
pedestal maze in front of you? Like I said, it's covered with some moss right now.
Just to burn them off. I just want to burn the moss off.
Okay.
So can I just do that with a torch or?
Yeah, you can literally do anything to it.
Okay, so I just want to burn the moss off so I can get a better picture of it. Make sure there's nothing.
So I'll have you light however you light a torch and wave it over the pedestal, and the moss will fall off. And it clearly shows now the pathing of the maze. And at the bottom where the entrance looks like, you see inscribed, it looks like a hand with a finger laid on top of it.
A hand with a finger on top of it?
Like the finger is on top of the maze.
Oh, okay. So like you were here, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Is there like is there a way that I could perceive the dimensions of the maze comparative to the bridge itself? Like, does it look like they may fit in with the same sort of like.
Roll just an intelligence check.
Okay. $10 total.
Perfect. Okay. So because you cleared the moss off, and the pathing's so clear now, you can tell this isn't the bridge that you're seeing in this. It's literally just a password, pretty much, that you have to input. What you can tell is you need to take your finger and trace the maze to the exit where the gold line is. And from what you can ascertain, black would probably be bad, the exits.
Okay.
So if you want to do that, I'll have you roll another intelligence check to try and get to the end of the maze.
I look back at the group and say, "Looks like it's a finger maze. Mind if I finger it myself?"
I don't have fingers, so go ahead.
Good point.
I've been known as quite the finger blaster.
Tentacle people, do you care to finger this maze?
Yeah, I mean, I don't have the greatest intelligence, so I think somebody with a better intelligence should try, but I'll definitely, I'll assist.
All right. Well, I guess I'll go right ahead unless anyone has any other, input. Sounds like nope.
Hugh shrugs his shoulders and
Finger away, friend.
I shall finger it to the best of my ability, friend. All right, so just intelligence check?
Yeah.
All right, so that is a...
And can he get advantage if I help him?
Not necessary. 1 second. I rolled
Okay.
a natural 19. That's +3, so 22.
So you're in your Iron Man form, yeah?
Yes. I don't have fingers otherwise.
Yep. That's important. Your mechanical finger touches the maze and starts to trace, but nothing happens.
Okay. Well, didn't work.
Hugh stops you and says, "I'll touch you, guide." And so he puts his...
I do have
Flesh.
one other appendage, friend.
It's too big for this maze.
Negative, Captain.
He puts his flesh finger on the maze, and as his flesh touches the stone, it shimmers.
I look at him and I say, was that us or were those fireworks?
He starts to trace, and he asks, assist him real quick.
You broke up, what'd you say?
Assist him. He starts to trace, but I want you to assist him.
Okay, in what way? Just roll again?
Roll your
can-
intelligence.
Like in Ghost. Where
Yeah,
they're
exactly. I'm making a clay pot.
Yeah, you guys are gonna make pottery together.
Yeah, you get behind him.
So hot.
Get behind him.
And at the end of it, in gold, is Whoopi Goldberg.
He doesn't need much help, but go ahead.
Rest your chest on his back.
Nat 20.
Oh, Jesus. All right. Perfect. So he rolled a 17. So the check was a 10. So you guys crush it. You make music together.
Yeah.
Ooh.
You're guiding his finger as he's going along. He nuzzles back into you.
Yeah. Oh man.
And,
My
Get to the
pig,
end
my
of the
pig on my
maze.
shoulder squeals a little bit.
Yeah, I'm gonna give him a little bit of room.
yeah, everybody
Some
kind of
jealousy.
turns their head a little. And you get to the end, and the golem actually crumbles. You very much successfully beat the maze. The 2 obsidian eyes are laying on top, with just some scrap gold around as well.
Yeah, I'll pick them up with my metal hands. The gems.
Okay. Yep. You want to roll Arcana on them or anything again? Now that you have them in your possession.
I wouldn't do that if I already had, right?
You were far away. You can do it again.
Okay. All right. I'll do it again. That is a 9 total.
Okay. They seem 100% normal. From what Hugh's next to you, what he says, those are fine pieces, though. They'll fetch 500, 600 gold a piece.
So I hand one to him and said, "Well, you have one, friend."
And he gladly takes it and says, that'll fund me for a month.
Excellent.
So good, successfully there. You guys can proceed down the bridge if you wish. You are past the guardian or the golem.
Okay.
Perfect.
Move forward.
Good. That was a tricky puzzle in the fact that if you went past him, he would have woken up and fucked you up.
Yeah.
All right, so you go down the bridge. As you're going, you do hear more swinging and start to hear more chatter. and it gets louder as you progress further down the bridge. It gets louder and louder, and when you get to the end, you notice that there's a big crack in the bridge, as you can see to the right of that image. It's probably like a 200-foot gap. At the other end of the bridge, you see a figure.
Stick figure?
No. A cloaked figure. I will show you a picture.
Okay.
Some of you might recognize this.
Is he like the Monkey Pied Piper?
No, some of you might recognize this.
Ooh, that's cool.
Nice.
Adam, I'm surprised you don't know who that is.
And that's your character from the first.
Oh, yeah.
Your Death Knight.
Yeah.
Can I tell him? Can I tell him where his wife is?
Nope. That might be. So at the other end of this 20 or 200-foot break in the bridge is that figure, and he says, from what you can tell, it sounds like it's right next to you, and he says, "You have to pay the toll."
Ah, fucker, get out of here.
I look at him and say, "Gladly, my friend. What is your price?"
He says, "Any treasures you have on you,
Well, here,
large
take
or
this."
small, large or small."
I hold out the gem, the black gem.
You can see him across the way.
Oh,
Look.
Yeah, move close to him, I guess.
You can't.
Well,
He's 200 feet away.
200
So
feet away.
He looks at it from a distance, and he says, "Leave it on the side."
Okay.
And he says, "I need an offering from all of you."
I want to give him the remainder of my gold.
Okay.
I look at Hugh and I say, "You best put that gem there, sir."
Hugh looks at you and he says, "I don't think I want to.
Oh, Q.
Can I eat you?
I'll let you try and convince him, but he really wants this gem. That's a lot of money for him."
Yeah.
I'm gonna try and convince him.
I put an onyx gemstone on the side.
Okay.
All right, so I'm gonna roll
So
17 plus 6, so 23 to convince him to put one of those gemstones that he has on the.
What are you saying to
down.
convince him?
To say, let me tell you this: you always pay the troll toll, so you got to at least put one of those gemstones down if you want.
He's only got one. Yeah.
He's got the one.
Wow,
So you
can I-
convince him. That's a good roll. You convince him, and he'll put his gem down.
Gotta play the game.
Yeah, gotta pay the troll toll to get in that boy. All right, thank you.
I'll drop
And-
100 gold on the ground.
Okay.
I'll drop 100 gold.
So we've got 200 gold, 2 big onyx gemstones, a small onyx gemstone, and
125 for me as well.
$1.25 for you. So 225.
I'll reach down and pick up 25 solids gold. I'm kidding.
Okay.
What is 25 gold gonna get anyone?
So what you can see is
I would have had to throw him off the fucking cliff.
that figure now approaches you, and from what you can tell, is looks like he's walking on air. So he comes across the expanse, hand still on his sword, and from what you can tell is he's huge, 6'8", 300 plus pounds.
That's nothing.
He's got a handkerchief with him that is fairer than he should be possessing, and he has a gold ring on his left hand. And he'll approach you and he'll look down at your offerings, and he'll say, "The 2 big ones I like. This gold is meaningless. I need something more than that."
Wait, is my gemstone not good then? Or is that one of the big ones?
He doesn't like yours either.
I like to collect all the gold.
That's on you, but yeah.
No, I would slap him.
So he takes the 2 big gemstones and he ushers you and Hugh, Adam, and he says, "Come with," and turns around and again, look as seemingly as walking on air, goes across the bridge.
I like to say as I pass by, I said, "Fancy napkin you have."
He doesn't say anything. So you guys can walk across, get to the other side, and he'll turn back around to the group and he'll advise you to tell your friends that it needs to be more personal than gold.
Fuck, dude. I don't have anything else.
I literally don't have anything.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I got an ingot.
Yeah, I've got an adamantine ingot that I can put down. That's
Yeah, there you go. That's what I'm talking about.
Okay.
So I'll put that down, and I'll pick my gold.
yeah. I leave my first gemstone down, and then I put my ingot as well.
Tell you what, I'm gonna take the robes of my god, and I'm gonna take them off, and I'm gonna lay them down. Say, I have to sacrifice this for my god to get across.
Well,
And I say,
He will not be upset.
I look down and as midsection say, 8 of them.
8 of them.
I'm gonna pick up my money
He's a typical guy.
before Shaman's taken.
Oh.
And then I'm
He's
going
not
to
Yes. Good.
I'm gonna put down the symbol that I carry with me for my my Oath of the Ancients, because it means a lot to me.
Yeah, I don't have
Okay.
physical possessions.
Yeah.
It's not necessarily physical. It's something that means a lot to you. So, Amanda, yours is what?
It's my I carry with me like a symbol of my my oath.
Okay. And then, Robot, you and Death are putting those ingots down.
Yeah. I'm trying to find if there's any. I don't even have any like personal possessions really.
So he'll start walking across the bridge again and pick everything up, collect it, and he'll say, "Come with me."
Okay. Man.
So you all successfully make it across.
I can no longer hide my bald head anymore.
Okay.
By the way,
You guys didn't say anything. I bicked my head and left a little mohawk on here.
Oh, come
Oh, I
on.
didn't even
I just figured it was par for the course.
yeah.
I thought you were actually trying to be the last airbender.
Yeah, I did. I could put an arrow on there.
Do it.
Yeah, exactly. You're one of the girls. So you get across the bridge, and when you get across, the tall man here lets out he turns to you and smiles wide, like almost cartoonishly wide, and winks, and then disappears into the ground in a cloud of smoke.
Great.
Do you leave the gyms?
No, he took everything. So kudos on doing that right. Hugh looks to you, Adam, and says, "Someone you know?"
Past life. I recognize the hanky.
Hanky.
Yankee the Christmas book. And he just shrugs his shoulders and says, "You owe me a lot of gold." And he continues on.
You owe me a lot of life, friend.
You owe me an arm.
Just to make sure Hugh sticks with us and he's not too pissed off about it, because I know I don't know shit about the jungle. I give him 100 gold.
Yeah.
And tell him to stay loyal. Otherwise,
No,
things
he's fine. He was kidding mostly.
Okay.
That's between, actually probably saw that he was saying that too. Because
Okay.
he convinced him. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it's just a jab. So, right, you successfully do that. For those not aware, that Toll Man thing was from a one-shot I did a while ago.
During my campaign.
The Toll Man himself is not who he appears, so he's just a vessel. So good. All right.
Recurring character.
Recurring character. All right, so you will take a quick second here, and there it is. All right, so you will come to a you'll go through the jungle some more, and you'll come to a large clearing that enters a mountainside. When you get there, you see a large entrance with some tracks, some rail car tracks exiting. Outside of this entrance, you see a small huddled group of figures in a tent.
So the rail track goes up to the tent?
Yep.
Okay.
The campsite itself.
Okay.
And there are mining carts around where the track ends. So it looks like you could lay a cart on there, send it in, or receive one coming out to the campsite.
Okay. What about those monkeys? Anything to do with those?
You mean those poor folks in the tent?
No, under the bridge.
No, they were just there. If you decided to fuck around with the golem, you would have also got hit with monkeys as well.
Okay. Gotcha.
Baboons specifically. But
all right.
yeah,
Carry on
they were
towards
just there.
the tent.
Okay. Yeah, let's do this. I'll get you a picture of them. All right. So as you come to the tent, you see 4 figures inside. Three of them are small, what you can tell, males, based upon their clothing and facial hair and everything, and then 1 female who's actually bigger than the males. The males look like this.
Whoa.
Nice.
Sexy animal.
Dude, they look like the little, garden gnomes without their hair.
It's a ponytail.
It is in a ponytail, yeah.
Oh, yeah, there it is. Nice.
I'm transferring back into my fat guy on a pig form.
Yep.
Fat guy in a piggy form.
Fat guy on little pig.
So you can approach the tent, and the female will come out, and
What's up?
she says,
How you doing?
"Who are you?"
I'm Gideon Thrax. How are you? Or who are you?
We are a merry band of travelers. Can't you tell?
I am Sithy Vinecutter.
We could have used you a while back.
I run this forge.
Ah, a forge.
Dang it.
Perfect time to use
As she says that, Hugh actually pops up, and he says, "Vinecutter of the Harakamar Forge," and she says, "One and the same." And he looks to you and he says, "This is the finest forge in the continent."
Nice.
He says, "Those iron ingots that you are in possession of, or were, came from this forge. These dwarves are the finest craftsmen in the land. Period. They deal with adamantine weapons, armor. They can magically imbue these items. From what my coach, I guess, what do you call him, a mentor, taught me. He actually apprenticed here at this forge, so I know a little bit about this. Inside that forge, wealth upon more than our imagination."
Shivaz. Pleasure to meet you, madam.
She sticks out a real gruff, stubby hand, and she lets you know that she was in charge of this forge until the fire newts came and overtook them.
Okay. I look at I look at both of my arms and go,
she
lack of
yeah,
arms.
she shakes your
Shakes
nub.
my nub. I rub a nub on her.
Oh. So yeah, she lets you know that from what she can tell is these three, and as far as she knew, there were more inside, but we're the ones that made it out. Fire newts came and overtook this forge. It's only been a couple days, but their numbers were oppressive, and they've been camped out in there trying to master the forge and make weapons and armor for themselves.
It sounds like a grand adventure. Tell us all you can about this forge.
She'll let you know that there's a basic layout of the forge. She actually pulls out a scroll and displays it out onto a table. Give me a sec. This here. And from what she can tell you, so
Oh shit.
area 3 or 2 in that map is where area 3 on the map, which is on the top center, that's where all the finished material is held. They call that the armory. With her conservative estimate, there's 20,000 adamantine ingots.
Oh shit.
And beyond the numerous sets of weapons, armor, everything, the big draw there is the adamantine that's pulled from the ground and refined and forged there. She says, not to wet your whistle too much here, but we're talking millions of gold. She says, if you're able to help me, I can give you some of that adamantine to take with you and possibly some armor as well.
Absolutely.
Heck yeah, I'm down to help.
Are we at the surface where it says to surface right there? Is that where you are, basically?
Yeah, so you see on the bottom left where it says
Daddy wants some
Weimhart mine.
Yeah.
You're to the right where it says to the surface. So that Weimhart mine goes underground.
Wormhart.
Thank you. Goes to the surface above ground.
Wormhart mine goes to the surface above ground?
No, vice
Oh,
versa.
the other one. Okay. That one goes to the surface above ground. That goes to Wormhart mine. Okay.
Yeah. And so she lets you know that the newts mostly are in that forge area. Some have splayed out to other parts. But we need to retake control of this forge, or else we're missing a lot of industry here.
Do you have anything that could help us? Do you have anything that could help us along our way? Like, I don't know, potions of healing, perhaps, food, or, just a big jug of water.
She says basically everything you just described is in the forge. You're going to be looking for area 5. She points a stubby finger on area 5, which is in the middle of the map pretty much.
Yeah.
That's where all the rations are held. Potions, rations, water. She has a couple small scraps, water skins and some lambless bread, but nothing of help right now.
Okay.
She says, I can give you this map to take in with. I have tons of copies of this, but
excuse me.
It's something that if you guys are able to clear that out, it's something I could compensate handsomely for.
I look at the rest of the group, but it sounds worth it to me.
I look at the rest of the group and I say, I know nothing of fire newts. Does anyone know anything about these animals?
Nope.
Not specifically, no.
Hugh knows a little bit, if you would care to ask him.
That was everyone.
So Hugh will look over to you and say, fire newts, I know of them. As he's recanting his story of what he's heard of them, this is the mental image that you're going to put in your head there. Literally, name says it all. It's a newt made of magma, pretty much. But but they are a militaristic society, well trained, not dumb at all, not incredibly intelligent, but they follow orders well, and they're good soldiers, and they're tough.
Okay.
The reason they would enter this forge specifically is for the adamantine. Normal steel and iron weapons and just melt when they touch a fire newt and become very soft. The adamantine actually would protect them, and so that's why they're here.
Yeah.
Let's go.
It's cleared out. All right, so you guys can enter the bike, or you can go on foot. Cart would significantly speed up your entrance and probably get you past some riffraff, but you do run the risk of being tipped over. On foot, you're going to encounter everything along the way, but be firmly planted.
So let's go on the cart.
Yeah, cart sounds, I mean,
Yeah.
that's fine with me. I mean, how many people can we fit in a cart, though? I mean, are
It's
they
a-
little tiny mining carts?
No, it's one of those big, pump lever on the two sides.
Oh,
So you
okay.
fit everybody on there.
I won't be very good for propulsion.
I'm more of a pumper, not a pumper. So, all right, you guys can, if you're all in agreement, you can hop in a car, and I'll have you actually drop directly right into the forge. Along the way, I'm going to have you make one just dexterity check to avoid an arrow from a passerby newt.
Okay.
But, so we'll do that. Roll your check real quick. So you're going to be zipping through.
Each person, or?
Yep.
13.
13 for me as well.
Yep.
Sam.
Yep.
Dexterity. So 2d20 plus your modifier.
18?
1d20.
Okay.
You catch it in your mouth.
So everybody rolled above a 10.
13.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as you're steamrolling in on the cart, pump, 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 an arrow flies by, another one, and you see some fire newts with crossbows taking aim, and all of them miss, and you actually dump right into the forge area. As you barrel in and land, you all kind of tuck and roll, stand, and there are 8 of these armored fire newts standing there. And I'm going to have you all roll initiative.
18 for me.
17.
Not 20. 21 total.
Nice.
Come on.
I got a 12.
I really gotta pee, but I'm waiting.
Yeah, go
I
ahead.
got 8.
All right, I'll be right back then.
Solid, what'd you get?
I got a 12.
Okay.
Amanda got 8.
Okay.
I am the loser. Apparently.
Okay.
What? No. Dude, I totally didn't realize that my mic wasn't on.
Oh,
I
really?
said, did you fart?
Yep. No, it was on. Yeah.
That's so funny.
Yeah. I laughed at it. I want to bring some attention to it.
Yeah.
Did you fart? I was like, oh. I would have been dead. All right, everybody back?
Back.
Back. Good. All right.
Back.
So, as I said, you all land in the middle, and there are 8 fire newts kind of surrounding you. Death, with your 20, I will let you roll with advantage and do. I'm gonna actually have you first let you kick the minecart and hit 2 of the newts and knock them prone, and then do your first attack with advantage.
All right. Well, in that case, I am going to. I'm definitely gonna quicken a spell, so that I can do 1 attack with advantage, and then 1 that doesn't actually be an attack. It's just an extra spell.
Okay.
So the 1 attack spell will be what? I'll just go with Chill Touch, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll Chill Touch whatever one's closest to me.
That'll be the 2 that are prone.
Okay, perfect. I'll Chill Touch one of them, and to hit would be, let's see, 16 or a 9. So hopefully a 16 will hit.
16 does not hit.
Okay. I miss with that, and then I am going to use one of the spells I posted in my whatchamacallit, my channel, and I'm going to summon an aberrant spirit.
Okay.
I guess the way I picture it is like it kind of this amorphous blob of like blue-black, like almost like seawater, but it's got, writhing tentacles around it and all the rest of this stuff, and it doesn't have any eyes or anything like that, but it's got just like a gaping maw. And I place it right next to the 2 guys that are prone. And this is what it's. You call forth a spirit from the far realm or another alien realm of madness. The spirit manifests physically in an unoccupied space that you can see within range. The corporeal form uses the aberrant spirit stat block below. When you cast a spell, choose Beholderkin, Slot Eye, or Star Spawn. I'm going to go Star Spawn or Deep Spawn, whatever we would like to call it. The creature is friendly to you and your companions for the spell's duration. In combat, the creature shares your initiative count, but it takes its turn immediately after yours. It obeys verbal commands that you issue to it. If you do not give it a verbal command, it defends itself but takes no action. It's medium-sized. It's I'll have to roll up the hit points quick, or actually add this up. But it's only got like an armor class 11, and it's a 30 speed. But it's immune to psychic damage, and at the start of each turn of the aberration's turns, each creature within 5 feet of it must succeed a wisdom save throw against my spell save DC, or take 3d6 psychic damage. And then it gets 2 psychic slam attacks at +3 to hit, and it does another 1d6 +3 plus my spell level. So 1d6 plus 7.
Okay, I'm gonna have him go before you.
What spell is that?
Summon aberrant spirit.
Oh my goodness, yeah, dude.
It's my big boy. It's my new 4th level.
Yeah, man. You can have him do something if you'd like.
Well, the first thing that'll happen is that since I don't know how close those guys are. If they're both within 5 feet, they both have to make a saving throw first for psychic damage. Just being near him.
You can cast him wherever you want.
Yeah, I want to put him right next to the 2 guys I knocked down.
Okay.
So both of them have to make a saving throw against 15.
What kind of saving throw?
Oh, I'm sorry. Each creature must say a wisdom saving throw.
Nice. How about a 5 and a 2?
All right. They will both take, unless you want me to roll them separately, 9 psychic damage.
Okay.
And then he will slam each of them. Let's see, +3. The first one to hit is 21, and the second one is 20.
Yeah, both hit.
7 damage. The first one takes... Oops, that is the wrong roll. Hold on. 11 damage, and the second one takes 9 damage.
So 20 and 18 damage for both of them.
Yeah, and there's a fucking hideous, mind-altering, aberrant monster in front of them now.
So this happens. What is it? 2 fists that come down or something?
Yeah, like tentacles. Like it's like I said, it's like this blob of blackness, and it just kind of materializes to.
So 2 big flabs come down and hit both newts. Lava gushes out of their mouths, and it looks like they are on a shred of life. So next we will do one of the other newts. He is going to attack Solid. He's going to run up and make a melee attack on with his scimitar. He rolled 12.
Misses.
Okay. So he makes his first attack, misses.
What does everyone get +3 for?
Oh, I forgot about the +3. What's the +3 for from being around Amanda?
That was saves, wasn't it?
Yeah, I thought it was saves.
Yeah, it's saved.
Yeah, it stays. Okay.
His second attack, he rolled a 9.
He rolled a what?
19.
Oh, 19.
A 19. Okay.
And then he will. Yep. So that one will hit you for 4 damage.
Oh, very nice. Very nice.
So first one misses, comes back around, slices you across the arm, 4 damage.
Okay.
Next, these guys are going to attack in pairs, by the way. Next will be his buddy next to him. He is going to attack you as well, Solid. But he is going to kind of recoil and then spit out a Spitfire attack. So make a dex save real quick.
Okay. And you're +3, so that's... I rolled a 15.
Yeah, you made it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, otherwise it's a...
It's an
altogether.
It's an 11. So you take 5 fire damage.
Okay. That was my 10 points. Alright.
And now we will go to Adam.
So I would have power armored up before the minecart. If that's all right. So which
Basically, you can think of it
both move
as
in, those two.
The newt attacking Solid with melee is right next to him. The other one is 10 feet back. So they are, picture it like the ones that just got slammed are on the left.
Mm-hmm.
There's another pair that's a little above them. There's another pair that's on the opposite side, and then the ones that attack Solid are on the bottom right.
Okay.
And they.
I'll warn you, Shavas, not to get near the thing I just summoned, because it
knows no ally.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's friendly towards us, but anybody that gets within 5 feet of it is going to start going insane.
Are those
nice.
Are those other two that came in and attacked Solid close to that thing, or no?
No, they're opposite. They're probably 60, 70 feet away.
Okay. But they're in close to Solid though, right? At least one's close.
One's 5 feet away, 1 feet away.
Okay. I like to call. Let's see. I can use that as a reaction, so I don't need to use that yet. Let me cast Blur on myself and then do an attack with my gemstone.
Yep.
All right. So I blur myself. Everyone has disadvantage against attacks, and then let's see. So +3. 11 to hit on the one right by Solid.
Does not hit.
Okay. That's in my turn.
Okay. Next will be Robot.
Okay. I don't want to get close to the 2 on the ground. Okay, I'll take another pair, not next to
Yep.
Death's Abomination.
Either on, you can have a northwest or a northeast pair.
I'll do the northwest pair again.
Okay, so these are the ones that are
Mentally.
closer to the ones that just got slammed by the blob.
Yeah. I don't want to go near the block.
No, you're not near them. You have plenty of berth to go around.
Okay, I'm gonna attack one of them.
Yep.
With quarterstaff, so bludgeoning.
Yep.
And 15.
15 does not hit.
15 does not hit. Okay, then I'm standing there like a fool,
Okay.
right next to him.
Yep. You want to do anything else? You got a bonus action? You got movement?
I don't think I can go into my shell as a bonus action. I think that's just.
Yeah, it'd probably be an action.
Yep.
Okay. Next will be the newts that are on the northeast side. They are going to run up to Amanda, and one will do a multi-attack, one will do a spit. So the first one is going to roll a 7 and a 12. Either of those hit you?
No.
No.
I didn't think so, but I just want to check. All right, so both swing, miss with the scimitar. The other one spits fire at you. So make a dex save.
19.
Yeah, crushed it. Okay, so you take 5 fire damage. You block most of it.
I'm sorry, but this fighting is going on in Rockham, right?
Say what now?
In the forge area.
Yeah.
So, like, how are they? Are we inside of like giant caverns? Is there track around us?
So that thing I sent in the chat, that map,
I'm looking at it right now.
you're in area 2.
That's okay. That's what I thought. And they okay.
So you see to the left would be the pair that's getting crushed by the blob.
Yep.
Up north of that would be the pair that Robot's now standing with. The other side of that would be the pair that just attacked Amanda, and then the to the right, as soon as you enter that 2 area, would be the pair that attacked you, Solid.
Right. Okay.
And there's stuff laying around. It's a mining / forge area. So.
Oh boy. Okay.
Okay. So next it is Solid's turn.
Well. I am going to. So if I were, say, get a lava over to these platforms, like the lefternmost platforms on the south side of this shore, by the left of the 1.
Left of the 1.
You're like a little metal grate.
You're far away from that.
Yeah, I realize that. That's only what 5, 10. That's less than 500 feet. So.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Are you disengaging?
Well, I'm going to just straight up cast an action. It's going to be Dimension Door, and I'm going to basically just walk through the air and appear on the other side where this platform is.
Over by 1.
Yep.
Okay. So you are
where nothing else was. Yeah.
Yeah, you're out of line of sight.
But I can. So if I'm looking into, like, on the rightmost part of that platform.
Yeah.
I should still have line of sight inside there for that little area, right? And those 2 newts were right to the right of that.
You're gonna have. So you're trying to be right above 1, pretty much, right?
No, I'm trying to be to the left of 1. On those
Where that?
metal platforms across the
We're
lava.
over by 8, aren't we? Like in that little cave area.
You're on 2.
We're on 2.
2.
2.
Solid's
Oh,
out by 1, which is on the bottom middle. And so I mean,
so
you can have
did
light.
come in through the Wormheart mine.
Looking into the room.
No. So no, excuse me, my bad. You are.
We should be about 8.
No.
Oh.
You entered, and you are. You see that like pool of water?
Yeah.
In
Yeah.
2. You're right there.
Oh shit. Okay.
Yeah, and that's where like I'm fighting the two nukes that are fighting me, right? That's where they are.
Yes, and you're trying to backpedal behind it.
I'm teleporting straight back to that grate across the lava to the left of the one. So I should still have line of sight there, right?
Yeah, I mean you have line of sight, but you got the whole party in front of you as well.
Right. Yeah. Everyone else isn't like they're kind of like between me and those guys, right?
Yep.
Okay. All right. Yeah, we're good. Okay. That's.
Adam, I see. Yeah, there's two number ones. Maybe that was the confusion.
there's 2 number ones.
Yeah, there's a one on the top right as well.
So I was confused that you said that the only way in would be where it says to the surface.
Yep.
And you said you said there's a minecart that takes us in.
Yes.
And so that minecart took us in right there where it says the surface, but the surface looks like steps to me.
Yeah. So what I did is,
and then he said that we were going to ride the cart past everything to 2, and that's why we made the dexterity saving throws.
Yeah. So I basically had you enter, hit that junction there where that little like, steps meets the rails, and just continue in.
Okay. Cool.
And dump you off right at
I got you.
2.
That works.
Yep. Okay. Cool. All right. Yeah. Oh, and as a bonus action, when my I'm gonna like kind of like swirl my hands in the air. Tentacle is going to appear out of a void on the ground, like where I was standing.
Okay.
It's gonna like a big purple and pink swirling tentacle is gonna come up and just kind of like be out of the ground.
But that's where that newt was, and another newt was close.
Yeah, they're directly in front of my tentacle. So my tentacle also, I'm able to reduce the damage that a creature does to a party member by half as a reaction, and then the tentacle disappears. But I can only do that. I think I can only do that once per day, but I will just double check.
All right. So next is going to be the pair of glob. So can they stand up?
Yeah, I mean they can do whatever.
Can they attack it?
Yeah. Okay. It has 15 armor class and 48 hit points.
Okay, so they are going to stand up and attack the blob, and they are going to do a nat 20 for
sweet,
and a 22 not natural for the other.
Okay.
So 24 and a 22 for the first guy to attack.
So I can summon.
And so I'm gonna, instead of doing like any crazy stuff, I'm actually just gonna have him. I'm just gonna double his damage.
Okay.
Scimitar. So he's going to do 12 points of damage.
Right.
And then his friend is going to launch a Spitfire attack. Well, there's the opposite roll. And so he rolled a 2. His buddy's like, come on! I'm sorry. So I'm assuming that does not hit.
Nope.
Yeah. And so he spits the fire, and it just goes right over the top of him. Fizzles out. So that was the turns of those newts. Now Amanda's turn.
I want to. I'm kind of in the middle of that room too, right?
Yeah, you're in that 2 area.
See the water, the pool of water there. We're on the tracks, basically right to the left of that pool of water.
Yep.
I'm going to do moving on are those 2 newts that were attacking
the blob?
Or those, yeah, are they close together?
Yeah, they're like 5 feet apart.
Okay, so that would affect both of them.
Okay.
Let's see. So so they're going to do a con saving throw.
Oh my god. All right. So one rolled a 3, one rolled a 15.
Okay. So I'll miss the 15 and hit to the 3.
Okay.
So D10.
Well, I think the moonbeam still does damage.
Moonbeam half this damage to the one that got 15.
Okay.
10. So 10 on the 3, 5 on
10 and 5. Okay.
yeah.
Good. Anything else?
That's it. I'll stay where I am.
Perfect. Okay. So next will be the newts that are in front of Rotten. The first one is going to do hard. Rolled a 16 and then a 19. Either of those hit you? Your mic is muted.
Okay, who?
Yeah, 1 hit.
Okay, so the higher one hit. So he hits you for 4 slashing damage. And then his friend is going to make a Spitfire attack. So roll a dex save.
Okay, so I have evasion. When you're subjected to an effect, dexterity saving throw to take half damage. So roll first, right? Okay, I rolled a 15.
Okay, so you are actually...
Wait. Robot, you don't have to do that.
+3.
You don't. Does that use your key points?
No, this doesn't. I just get
this
it
is
at
just like
7th level.
This is just something that you just do now?
Yeah, on 7th
Okay.
level.
All right, never mind.
So you're going to take quarter damage.
Okay.
Because it's saying you're taking half damage on a dex save.
Well, so I guess I have to roll for the... never mind. Yeah, sounds good.
Sounds good to me. You're going to take quarter damage.
Okay.
So you take 2 fire damage.
2 fire damage, okay. So 6.
So he just lets out a little, and hits you with a little ember. Okay, so next we'll be back to the top. It's gonna be the blobs.
Well, it's me then the blob, right? I thought the blob went
Yeah,
after
let's do
me.
that. That's fine.
Okay. So I look over at the ones fighting the turtle and see that, he doesn't look like he's doing great.
Yep.
And my eyes glow and my tentacles they're starting to writhe underneath my robe, and I unleash a torrent of conflicting desires in the mind of the one that's in front of him, impairing its ability to make decisions. You must succeed on a wisdom saving throw or be incapacitated. 15.
He rolled a 14.
All right. It is now incapacitated, and at the end of each of its turn, it takes 1d6 or 1d12 psychic damage, and then can make a wisdom saving throw to break out of the incapacitation.
So he immediately drops his weapon, puts his hands to his head, and is all fucked up.
Yep. And I make sure to stay behind. I move away from the 2 that are in front of me and keep the blob between us.
Okay.
And then your 2 buddies, the 2 blobs right there, they need to, at the beginning of the blob's turn, they need to each make a wisdom saving throw, a 15.
17 and a 13, so 1 failed.
Yep. And the one that fails takes 6 psychic damage.
That kills him.
All right. And then that means his buddy gets both of my slam attacks.
Excellent.
First one is a 17, and the second one is a 12.
Both. First one hits.
Okay. 1d6 plus 7. 9 damage.
That kills him as well.
Fucking blob for the win!
Blob just got a double kill. So, 1 newt. What kind of damage is that? Like psychic damage, you said?
Yeah, they're both psychic damage.
Okay.
But
So both will just clutch their heads and let out a gurgle, and lava pours out of their mouth, and they fall.
Ew.
So those 2 are dead. Anything else you want to do?
I'm I'm gonna have the blob start moving towards the other two, but I make sure to tell the blob to not get too close to my buddies.
Yep. Good directive. So the closest would be the ones that are fighting Robot.
Yep.
Next will be the newts that were attacking Solid. So they'll be on the right of you guys. They are going to move and attack Adam. And there's a 1 and a 12. Right, so both miss. So the first one I'm going to have just 12. He's going to swing, miss, and the other one's going to charge up his Spitfire, and I'll let you do a quick counterattack to stifle that. So just roll to hit with like your beam attack.
Okay. 19 plus 3, 22.
Oh god.
Okay.
Yeah. So he's charging up his breath, and you quickly send out a chest beam, and go ahead and roll normal damage like you would if you were attacking.
So that's 5 force damage plus 5 lightning damage.
10 damage. Okay, so you quickly let out a beam, and it stifles that Spitfire, and it blasts into his face.
Also, they have to. It doesn't matter on this turn, but they would have to roll with disadvantage because of the blur.
Okay, yeah, this is just a thing. So next will be your turn, though.
Okay. There are still 2 that are sort of where the blob is moving towards, right?
Attacking Robot, yeah.
Do you consider
Yeah,
them...
one of them's on the ground screaming in pain, but
he's incapacitated.
Okay, what about are there any 2 that were not close to our players?
The ones that were to the northwest. Northeast.
Okay, they're still alone, right?
Yep.
Okay. On those, do you consider them inorganic or organic material?
Question. Fire Newt is a medium humanoid.
Organic. Okay.
So sure. Yeah.
All right. I'd like to cast Shatter for a first turn.
Oh. Yeah.
So in 10-foot radius around them, they take 3d8 thunder damage on a failed save. Okay.
What's the save?
That's a Constitution save.
Con save.
So I roll
A 7 and a 13.
Okay, so my spell save's a 14.
So they both fail.
Okay, 3d8. Then we'll roll die for this one because I haven't set up d8s. Who thinks about rolling a d8?
Yeah. Barbarians.
8.
Yeah.
3, 11, and 4, 15 total.
So 15 for both.
Yes.
All right. Nice damage. Okay.
So and anything that they have also takes damage. Anything that's not like their swords or shields also take damage.
Okay. So I am actually going to let that shatter their shields and drop their AC by 2.
By what? You broke up.
By 2.
Okay, thank you. Second attack, I'm going to cast Ray of Frost.
Okay.
Let's just say the one on the left of those 2.
Okay.
All right. Roll to hit. 19.
Hits.
And so that'll be 1d8 of damage. But it's frost damage, so I don't know if that changes anything for fire creatures.
It doesn't, which I'm surprised, but
That is 5.
5 damage?
Yeah, 5 damage.
Okay.
That's it on my turn.
Excellent. Next will be Robot.
Okay, I'll attack the ones in front of me. And quarterstaff to attack.
yeah, there's one incapacitated in front of you and one that's still fighting.
Okay, I'll do the one that's still fighting. So I rolled a 23.
23 hits.
Okay. And then 2 hits. 8 and 7, so 15 total. And then I'll spend a key point and do Step of the Wind, which means I'm sorry, Patient Defense. And as a bonus action, I can dodge or get out of the way. So
Perfect.
I'll jump back.
So you actually kill that first one you hit. The only one you hit. Right? You did how much damage? 23?
I did 15, so
Yeah.
8 on the first attack, and then 7 on the second attack.
Okay. You still kill him. So you can kill whichever one you wish. One's up, the other one's
I was
prone.
going for the upright one.
Okay, so yeah, you can kill him.
Okay.
So you land a flurry of blows, right? You
And
punch
then
his little lava skin and puts holes in him. He dissipates. So you kill him, and his other friend is incapacitated on the ground. All right. Next will be the incapacitated Newt. What is he doing?
He's incapacitated for right now. At the end of his turn, he can make a saving throw. He takes 1d12 psychic damage, and he can make a saving throw to break it. It's Wisdom save at 15.
All right. So he rolled a 7 to save Adam.
Okay, so he's still incapacitated, and he takes 9 damage.
Okay.
This is almost as good as heat metal.
That kills him.
Yeah.
So, so he was holding onto his head, and it bursts like a little lava pimple, and so he's dead. And you guys are rifling through these newts. All right. Next will be Solid.
All right. So, am I able to actually see any doorway right now?
Yeah, I'll say you can see the ones that are in front of Adam.
Okay. Then I'm going to use Toll the Dead.
Okay.
They need to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Both of them.
Yep.
6.
No, sorry. No, one creature, one of them. Sorry.
He rolled a 6.
6. Oh, wow, nice. Okay, is he missing hit points?
Yes.
Okay, so he takes 2d12 necrotic damage. So he takes 15 necrotic damage.
That kills him.
Fuck yeah. Nice.
So what does that attack do?
So I point at one creature I can see within range, and Doldrous Bells fills the air around it for a moment. It must succeed on a Wisdom saving throw or take 1d8 necrotic damage, or if it's missing hit points, takes 1d12. And when I reach 5th level, it does 2d8.
So your bells ring out, and it vibrates, the falls apart.
Nice.
Dead.
He's dead.
There are 3 newts left, 1 in front of Adam, and then 2 that are over by Amanda. And it is Amanda's turn.
I am going to I'm gonna do because I get a
Speak up a little.
I'm gonna do 2 attacks my longsword.
Okay.
Can I do 1 to one and 1 to another?
Yeah.
In front of me? Okay.
Yeah. You just got to roll to hit for both.
Yes. I got a 15.
Misses.
Okay. Cool. And an 18.
That hits.
Okay.
No, you don't. You got 18 plus your attack mod, which is 6. Did you roll a 15 on the
Yeah,
other
I
one?
did.
So she got a 21 and a.
Both hit.
Okay. So then, do you want me to roll separately?
Yes.
Then?
A d8. And then plus your strength.
So one of them's going to be 14,
Nice.
Okay.
and another one's going to be a 10.
So you kill one
Okay.
and severely injure the other one. Actually, yes, you severely injure the other one. So your first sword slices right through him, cuts him, cleaves him right in half. The second one slices out a big gash in his chest, and lava pours, and definitely drops to a knee. And next will be the blob. He's nowhere near. He's like 30 feet away from the one.
From where?
The one in front of Adam. There's one in front of Adam,
okay.
one in front of Amanda, and
Okay. And then
the blob's about 30 feet away from that newt that's in front of Adam.
all right, he can move 30 feet a turn. So I tell him once again, don't go next to my buddies. Like circle around the other side of the newt or something like that. And
yeah, I'll let him stay out of insanity reach of Adam, so he can go on the other side of him.
Okay. If he can't, that's fine. It's just
no, it's cool. We can do that.
All right. All right. Well, wisdom save versus the psychic damage for being near him. That's 15.
9.
Okay. He takes 3, 6. What does NAN mean? What's going on? Oh, I think I broke the dice roller again.
Oh, good.
All right, hold on. Let's try that. There. 6 damage.
Yep.
And then 2 slam attacks. 18 to hit and 6 to hit.
Yes and no.
Yep. All right. And then he takes another 9 psychic damage as the amorphous arm just kind of slaps into him.
Yep. All right, so he takes a good chunk of damage there. And do you want to do anything else?
With the blob, no. Blob's done.
Your turn then.
All right. I will. We'll just do a mind sliver into the other into him.
Yep.
He needs to make an intelligence save. Yeah.
Great. All right.
15.
I rolled a 15.
Okay. Then I don't even think you get half damage. So
that was a 17 minus 2. So lucky for him.
Yeah. No. Then that's the end of my.
Okay. So next will be that same newt. He will attack Adam with his scimitar. And you are still blurred, so he's going to do disadvantage.
Correct.
So a 14
Misses.
and a 6.
Definitely misses.
Okay. So both swipe, miss. And it is your turn, Adam.
Let's see. And he's right in front of me.
Oh, yeah. With a blob behind him.
So the blob is, just my understanding of the blob, it's optimal where it is right now.
Yes.
Like if the enemy were closer to the blob, it wouldn't matter.
If the enemy were closer, it would not matter.
Okay.
Closer, it would matter.
Okay. I was thinking about just levitating him into the blob.
Yes, full send, yeah.
Yeah, but I don't think that would matter too much. Can't use shatter. I'll use the. Man, I want to do something fun. I'll do the first attack will be the gem.
Okay.
Let's see, and that is to hit is going to be a nat 1.
That does miss, but roll like it did hit because I'm going to have you hit the blob.
Okay, and so
Don't anger the blob.
The blob.
so roll six damage.
Yeah.
Force plus 6 damage total of lightning.
So 12 damage to the blob.
12 damage.
Got it.
Yeah.
So your shot past the newt hits the blob.
Oh, damn. That's not going to be good
Next.
for me.
The blob is blobby pissed.
Let's see, for my second. Jesus, he's right in front of me.
Sorry.
That's my bad, guy.
The blob's like, I'm not your buddy, guy. Not your guy, pal.
Oh, shit. That was bad. All right, I'm going to do Thunderclap.
Oh, jeez. All right.
So this will be heard in a 100-foot radius.
Everybody.
Yep. Let's see. That is 12 to hit.
Misses.
Okay. And that is the
Probably
end of my
misses
turn.
everybody.
Yeah. End of my turn.
All right. Gotcha.
Well, the range of it's on the area of it in range is only 5 feet, so thunderclaps.
Oh,
not
okay.
like- but the sound, it says that sound of it can be heard
can
up
just
to
hear it.
100 feet away if it.
Gotcha.
if it-
Okay.
if
So the
it
effect is only
happens.
5 feet.
Right.
Okay. Perfect. Robot, you're next.
All right. I'm assuming I'm relatively close to another newt.
You are next to the one that's attacking Adam, probably 20 feet away. You can circumvent around 25 feet to avoid the blob, or go 20 feet and be right next to the blob.
Okay. So I'm gonna have to get next to the blob to attack the one next to
Oh boy.
Adam.
Uh-oh.
All right.
Yeah, you. Okay.
Aha, inadvertently fucked you. All right.
All right. Yeah, I'll just go in for a pretty simple double attack.
Yep.
Roll.
You're next to the blob?
Yeah.
Just bear with me. I ran right up to him. I rolled a 22 to attack.
You hit him.
And I'm going to do a double attack, 4 and 9, so
That's like-
13.
13
that's my-
damage.
13 damage.
Kills him.
And then I will key point,
To GTFO.
and I will get the fuck out of here. Using Step of the Wind to disengage or take a dash action.
I look at
will
Wabu Lop and I
leap
say,
backwards.
"Hey, man, a little help."
So I'll have you go up, punch, Newt dead, and then turtle and a half shell on out of there.
Yep.
Um,
Fuck
Does he spin in the shell as he goes up?
Yes.
You good there?
Yeah, I'm good. That's
Okay. Next will be Solid. There's only one more Newt. It is in front of Amanda. It's down on one knee. It is
It's
hurt.
proposing.
Yeah.
It
And she
wants
said
to make
yes.
babies.
So that's the end of the campaign. Amanda and Newt are getting married because Solid can't do his turn. So
I'd like to cast fireworks.
All right. I'm going to. Sorry, I didn't realize I was still muted. I thought I unmuted myself. I'm just going to start walking around basically to get back into that area because I'm kind of on the other side.
okay.
Hey.
Okay, guys, you got it. I see you.
Yeah.
Um,
I'm on the way!
I'll have you pretty much rejoin the group.
I'm about to die.
Do you want to end your turn there?
yeah, I mean, I can't really. I guess would I still be able to do like an action or something?
No.
No. Okay, I didn't
You
think so.
teleported 4,000 feet away. On you.
Not even. It was only like 45 feet away.
Well, then do you have 45 feet of movement?
Across the
But I
wall.
gotta move all the way back around.
Yeah.
So you
Across
can
the
rejoin.
lines around.
You can rejoin the group.
Why don't you cast
Alright,
teleport again?
Next will be Amanda.
Can't. I'm out of spells. I'm a filthy warlock.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do my two actions with my longsword again.
Okay.
So, yeah. Yeah. 3 is one of them.
Not
Well,
quite.
six is. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, and then I got 19.
That does it.
Okay. So 12 on that one.
Okay. So as he's down on one knee, he pulls out a little box with a ring in it. He says, "Will you marry?" And you plunge your sword down his gullet. And he goes, I love you. And he. So you killed the newts. As you do so, the room actually fills with smoke. As the smoke gets really thick, I need you all to make a quick con save.
What kind of save again? I'm sorry.
Constitution.
Con. Oh, that's my good one. Nice.
I got 18.
11.
I rolled a 1.
Oh.
He's all huffing and puffing trying to get back over there.
Yeah. Got asthma, guys. Hold on.
25.
Yep.
It actually shouldn't matter because if it has anything to do with breathing, I can.
Our saves get +3 by being close to Amanda, though, so I've got a 14.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that too. Yeah, I'd get...
Solid. That would normally count, but you rolled. So.
All right. I got you.
Okay, I rolled a 13.
Okay. You just have to be a 10.
Okay.
So, Solid, you
Did not.
are blinded, and you have 2 levels of exhaustion. So you have a disadvantage on ability checks, and your halved.
Speed is halved. Oof. And you smell like Starroot Crunch.
And you're out of spells.
You are crispy.
Starfruit
And I'm out of spells, yeah.
So as this happens, you see 2 forms in the smoke. I'll show you what they look like. They look like this.
Not Squidward?
That's it.
No, that's it. Yep.
Oh my god.
Oh,
How many of
shit.
these are there?
2.
You shut up, Pat!
So
This is my
these,
fine news, kitty.
These smoke methods.
they are smoke methods. So they
Method
are Method Man.
Mm.
Mike Tyson. So they get the drop on you because you are in their smoke. So the first one is going to attack Solid, being incapacitated, and he is going to a 21 to hit,
Yep, that'll definitely hit.
and it will hit you for 4 slashing damage.
Okay.
And the other is going to target the group. I'm going to have you all be collected at this time. And he is going to exhale a 15-foot cone of smoldering ash. So I need everybody to make another Dex save.
Man, can we go back to Constitution? I'm real good
Remember,
at
you
that.
get +3 from me.
Oh, yeah.
15.
Shit. 1 second.
You get disadvantage.
Oh, sure. Okay.
Hey,
Still get 15.
I got 21.
Nice. Good. Everybody has to be 10.
Oh, okay, good. I'm fine. 17.
I rolled a 10 twice.
Okay. Whew, 11. All right.
Nice. So if you beat a 10, nothing happens to you. If you did not beat a 10, you are blind.
I got 13.
So you're all good.
Excuse me.
All right. Basically, what you are in is a giant cloud of smoke that is going to make it very hard for you to hit these things. So any attack rolls are going to be at disadvantage unless it is in melee range of you and you can touch it.
Okay. I'm gonna keep.
Good for me.
I'm keeping concentration on the blob.
Gosh.
Yeah. He can stick around for a full hour.
Okay.
And then are we keeping the same initiative from before?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it would be Blob's turn first.
All right. Can I see them? Can I move the blob towards them?
You can get a vague understanding of where they are. So yeah.
All right. Well, I guess at where they are, and I move the blob towards them without telling. I mean, once again, stay away from my friends.
Okay. They can be close to them.
Okay. Can they take psychic damage?
Yeah.
All right. Well, they need whatever one I can get it close to you.
Take that. Just scratch solid.
Okay. He needs to make a DC 15 Wisdom save.
Oh, 19.
He definitely makes it. And I believe there's no half damage for that. So then he's gonna be attacked with slams twice.
Okay.
And 19 and an 8.
First one hits.
All right. 10 damage. Psychic.
Nice. So you hear like a bat shrill kind of squeal, and it exhales a bunch of smoke as it clutches its head. Next will be death.
All right. I'm going to twin spell, and I'm going to cast Gust twice.
Oh.
And kind of direct both, blasts of air towards trying to clear the way towards those.
Yeah, I'll let you clear the whole thing.
Okay.
Nice.
And then I try to once again, because I'm a bitch. I move away from them. Kinda.
Yeah, no worries.
Put the turtle between me and them.
Yep, strategically positioning yourself.
Yeah.
So next will be Adam.
So now, because the smoke is gone, we don't have the disadvantage.
No disadvantage.
At all. What about Solid?
Correct.
Because of his rolling a 1, does he have disadvantage?
Solid is still blind.
Blind. Can I fix blind? I don't know if I can fix blind.
I mean,
can't
it's
fix
a
it.
status condition, so if you have something that can fix it.
I don't think that I do. Yeah, no.
I think lay on hands works, doesn't it, Amanda?
I don't have that. I've got enhanced abilities, but he doesn't have disadvantage anymore, does he?
He's blind.
I'm blind. What am I blinded until? Like, what's the what?
I'm only doing it for 2 turns. You got a bunch of soot in your eyes. Is the problem?
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, because it fired all that soot and ash into the air.
Yeah.
All right, so I'll cast a blur then with my first action.
Okay. Yep.
And then I'll use my gem to attack the one on the left.
Okay. The one that had already taken damage from the blob.
Yes.
Okay.
18 to hit.
Yep.
And let's see. So the first damage is going to be force damage. That's 3 of force.
Yep.
Sorry, I got a 10-second timer to put this back up on screen. And then 6 of lightning.
So 9 total. So your chest beam hits it, and it falls to the ground, not dead, but close. And then the other is still next to solid. All right, robot's turn. You are muted.
I'm gonna attack the one that's almost dead. I'm not
Okay.
almost dead. I'm gonna attack the one that's fully alive.
Okay.
And wait, wrong one. So 14 and an 8.
First one hits.
First one hits. Okay. And then 5 damage, and then I'll do flurry.
Flurry of blows.
Flurry
Ooh,
of blows.
flurry of
Ooh.
blows.
Flurry of
Nice.
blows.
1975.
Yiff.
Rolled it.
And-
That.
Make sure I understand how this works.
Rolled to hit
The
that.
smoke method puts on its squirrel costume.
Yeah.
The green
Make
door
2
appears
unarmed
and
strikes.
the
Okay.
wispy things behind it.
And that is 8 and 6, so 14 damage.
Nice.
So
Okay.
19 altogether.
19 total damage. Yeah. So
19
you
total.
take a good chunk out of him. And he falls also out of the air.
Haha.
next will be Solid.
Alrighty then.
Come to my
So I'm
voice.
still blinded, correct?
Yeah, I'll let you do a con save to rub the ash out of your eyes. Have you ever just tried rubbing it?
I was gonna say. Have you ever tried just rubbing it?
Thank you, Don HP. All right.
So 17.
Yeah, that'll do it.
All right.
I'll let that be your bonus action.
I'm gonna rub the shit out of my.
Yep.
This method's like right in front of me still, right?
Yeah, he's real hurt.
Yeah. I'm just gonna make him make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. He rolled 7.
Okay. So he's getting hit with 2d12 and necrotic damage.
Mm-hmm. Ouch. I bet you it kills
18
him.
damage.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Yeah.
That would have almost killed him at full health.
Bitch ass. Motherfucker.
They are
Bitch ass
not
bitch.
strong.
Cantrip.
Yeah.
All right. So then I gain that health back as well. So that's d6 I roll.
Yep.
And I gain 2 health. So
Nice.
nice.
And he is dead.
Did.
Next will be Amanda.
Okay.
There's one.
Oh, just in case we didn't know, this wasn't clear. I do have a ready to defend somebody.
But you broke up like crazy.
Yeah, the internet.
Oh, sorry. I have a tentacle up that's ready to defend somebody if needed.
You're not gonna have to. He's all right. out of game. He has 1 hit point. So.
Well, I'm gonna do the 2 hits with my longsword.
Okay.
Got
Like to fart in his general direction.
Yeah.
Blow
I'll
on him,
kick this
please.
loose piece of debris at him.
I got a 13 and a 6.
Both 6.
Okay.
Well, 13 hits.
Okay.
So do at least 1 damage with that hit.
Okay. Let's see here. I did 7. So yeah.
You definitely killed him.
Okay.
So you again, the method comes up to you and goes, "Will you map?" And you jam your. And so he has died. As you guys do that, from what you can tell, actually, you have cleared the forge. You can reference your map, and 3 on the top was where that kind of treasury is. 20,000 pieces of adamantine ingot in there.
How many pieces?
Each 20,000.
Oh my god.
Each one is worth 100 gold each and weighs 1 pound.
Wow.
So she says, feel free to stock up as you'd like. Just don't empty.
Is there a way for me to commission them to take, like a weapon? Like magically imbue a weapon somehow?
Yeah, you could go back out and talk to dwarves.
I'd like to do that. I want to have them try and make me some sort of a dagger that will be able to do fire damage.
Okay. You gotta get back outside first. You're still inside.
Yeah.
I'll let you do that when you get outside.
Oh, right. Okay. How are we going to transport this
I would like
adamantine?
to. I mean, I've
can
got a pretty heavy carry.
You can carry as much as you'd like, or leave it here and have them.
I say load the
Come back.
cart. Is there a mine cart around?
There's the one you came in on.
Are there any more?
There are hand. they're like hand carts, like the stereotypical.
rob
mine
them.
cart.
Yeah, they're gonna have to, if we're gonna have them forge stuff, they're gonna have to come back in here anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think
Sure.
I'm just gonna
Message.
squirrel away
Okay.
like 5 of them
Yeah, fine.
Same.
and then bring them back in here and say, hey, can you make me something? Yeah.
You don't have to
Take
go all the way out. I
50
can
of them.
cast a message.
Yeah. Yep.
Maybe I've met before. So I cast message to them and say, the forge is clear from what we can tell. Please come in. We have
Who are you messaging?
Tallulah, whatever her name was, the lady dwarf.
Lula. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Telling her that
As you message her, it's a 2-way or a 1-way?
it's two-way. Yeah. That's just two-way, right?
Oh no.
I think it's 1-way.
No. Why is this relevant?
This is relevant.
I felt like it was.
I'm going to look. I have it as
Right.
well. Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, it's got to be a creature within range. Sorry.
Okay. So you can't get out there.
But they can
Okay.
reply
I'm
in
gonna
a
grab-
whisper that only you can hear. They can reply, but
Gotcha.
Gotta be
It's 2-way, but within range. Gotcha.
right. So never mind.
So you guys want to do the sock away some, go out and get them method?
I'm taking
Yeah.
50 ingots.
Holy shit!
50.
Yeah, 50.
You're gonna carry 50 pounds with you?
Yeah, I'm a fucking like 400-pound turtle.
Yeah,
Yeah, but it's up to your strength score. You gotta watch your carrying. I don't really do carrying fast.
Yeah, I'm not
That'll be
carrying
relevant
really
here.
much of anything else other than a weapon. So
Say,
Yeah.
I just have money and a halberd and a crossbow.
So there are bags around that you could load up.
I'm gonna load up
Yeah.
that mine cart and take it out. Well, no, we don't
Okay.
need to. No, because we're gonna bring it back.
I mean,
in.
I'm taking
Yeah, we're bringing
I'm
it back.
taking
Fill the
about
bag.
enough to basically
dropped it in my
try to
shell.
make adamantium studded leather armor.
Hey, adamantine. We don't want to copyright infringe.
No,
here.
no, no, easy,
Well,
easy. That's
Hey,
Disney.
hey. Yeah.
Adamantine.
Thank you.
A dagger, like something magically, in case I need it for some reason, some
Okay.
weird reason. So
So please document carefully how much you're taking out.
Yep, I've got it on my sheet.
What so up to strength score? What would you allow?
Let's do. Well, yours is different.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
You,
Intelligence is my strength, so
right. Well, it's up to lunch how much you can carry out, kind of.
yeah, that's
I will say everyone can do a max of 50 pounds.
Yeah, I'm not taking it. I won't.
So everyone can do a maximum of 50 pieces.
Okay.
Adam, you could do because you're aided. You could do 75.
okay. I'll take 75 ingots. Is there anything that looks like a ring around here in this area,
I'm taking nothing.
or something that could be worn as a ring, for example?
There, roll for that. Actually,
Just straight
Do like
D20
an
says I got a 6.
do like a inspection.
Oh, okay. Investigation.
Sure.
Nat 1. But I also get +5 to that, so 6 if you don't count this.
Still rolled a 1.
Yeah.
Um,
So,
I'm not going to punish you for it, but
I don't even know what the shape of round is anymore.
yeah, there's something there.
You pick up a steel bar and you're like, yes!
I got a ring.
There's something there, but you don't really know.
Okay. That's not investigating to see if there's like certain things. I was just like, I'm looking for specifically any sort of ring, round
Yes.
type ring. Okay.
Yes.
You just
clarify.
walk into the lava.
Ah,
Oh.
I found a ring. It burns.
Actually, Hugh's going to point it out. He sees something high up on a shelf, and he points it out to you guys, and it looks like a golden gauntlet
Uh-oh.
that's clenched, kind of. And he says, "That's Morden's gauntlet. That is the head Forge Master's gauntlet."
Whoa. I look back at the group and say, I could do a lot with this.
He says, as far as he knows, a relic like that, he's heard similar items go on the black market for about 25,000 gold pieces.
You should leave it.
And wealthy dwarves that would want that on their mantle pay double that.
I look back to the group and say, I don't have fingers.
I look back to the group and say, I am a blacksmith. I can take this and do wonderful things with it. I promise you. Does anyone
Normally,
object?
I would not care about it, but I'm not really high on pissing off forge gods.
No, I think you should leave it.
Same.
So I mean, if you want it, then that's you. But I'm not. Yeah, not me.
Well, I do.
So Morden isn't a man. This is what Hugh's telling you. Morden is actually a deity.
Yeah.
He's basically he's God to the dwarves. His domains are creation, earth, good, law, and protection. So it's basically God's gauntlet up there. He lives on the Mount Celestia, and he is, equivalent to like a Zeus or any of these head mythological kind of people. I actually have a picture of him.
Yeah, if Adam goes to touch it, I back up like somebody swearing in church, like you don't want to get hit by lightning.
So I have a pretty high that'd be religion, I guess.
Yes.
Pretty high religion, so I would know whose glove it was by looking at it, or know who Morden was as soon as he said it.
But as he says the name, you can recognize.
Yeah, and so I look back at the group and say, the only reason I don't take this glove right now is because of you bastards. And I'm all pissy.
All right. So after that speech,
Yeah.
are you leaving that there?
I guess.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yeah, good choice. So you're gonna leave that there, and like I said, 75 is what Adam can hold. Everybody else can hold 50, and you can certainly take that if you wish, and exit the mine or the forge.
Is there anything else here of note that we should worry about? And you want us to start rolling for stuff, or
No, there's nothing else of treasure here. Basically, you're sitting on bars of money.
Okay.
That's about it. That's what that whole forge. There's armor sets here. There's weapons that are adamantine. So I mean, if you wanted to grab one of those, it's an upgrade. It counts. Adamantine counts as magical in regards to resistance.
yeah, I'll take.
So
it.
yeah, I want a dagger at least.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'll let you. There's a full weapon rack next to you. There's a full armor rack. The armor is plate. So keep that in mind. There are bucklers here of adamantine, which are +1 bucklers, so it'd be 3 to your AC if you can do shields. And then all the weapons are adamantine, so they're in regards to resistance, they're magical damage, and they're +1, so you add a +1 to hit.
So I don't know if I believe that would probably be OP for me to take a buckler, adamantine buckler, with my AC already being 18.
Do you do shields?
I can hold anything.
Um,
And I can imbue that armor into my armor as part of it when it forms.
Yeah,
so-
I think he's just asking if you're trained in shields.
right. You have to be proficient in shields to use them.
Yeah,
Okay.
How would you know that?
it should be. It's part of your class.
It's not heavy armor.
Right.
It's just shields.
It's
Right,
literally
shield
shield.
is its own thing.
No.
Otherwise, you can't use it. I think you can use
I'm
it,
gonna
but
take it.
I don't know.
So I would take the shield.
Okay. So, like I said, it's a shield, but it's just a +1. So
What about what's the armor like? If you the plate armor is just +1.
it's full plate, yeah, +1. So it'd be a 19. If you wore a full adamantine set of armor, you're looking at a fucking 22 armor class.
There you go, man.
What I want.
It is decently. Like it would be something where you're gonna not take disadvantage on dex saves, but you're heavy.
Because what do you have now? You have
Yeah.
maybe you should just take half
I have
plate.
shield and half. Yeah, I'll just take half.
There's no half plate.
Oh
here.
no,
It's
I am
full
proficient
plate
in
armor.
shields. I am
So
proficient
I'll
in
just
shields.
do
My bad.
So the
Yes.
shield is just +1.
The shield, yeah, the shield. If you already have a shield, you can basically add 1 to your AC.
I mean, it still puts you at 19.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And then is there a magical
Say again.
a magical long sword?
Yeah, I mean it's just a +1 longsword.
Okay.
So like I said, it's adamantine. So if a creature has resistance to non-magical damage, then yours counts as magical, and it does +1 to your attack roll.
So now you do +7.
All I really want is like an adamantine dagger, and then if we do have time or spend time having them forge stuff, I'm really just gonna only have them forge. Like, I mean, it's nothing that I can't wear armor, so I would just have them forge me like some gauntlets or bracers, and then maybe a circlet or a crown or something like that.
Okay.
I'm going to drop 20 of these ingots on the ground, or just place them gently on a table, and then take 2 +1 halberds and 1 +1 buckler.
Okay.
Is there any adamantine studded leather armor?
Nope.
No, didn't think so.
Nope. Full plate armor.
Is the buckler the shield?
Yes.
Okay, I'll take a buckler and a
Can you use that?
quarterstaff. Well, so here, this is okay. So there's unarmored defense for monks, but I'm a turtle, so my AC defaults to my character for having a shell. So my AC is 17.
Yep.
And I can't determine right now whether I could carry a shield or not. It looks like I could, but
You'd have to be proficient in shields. And
the only thing it talks about is like if you're using unarmored defense, then don't use it. And then if you decide to go an armor direction,
I've never seen a monk with a shield.
Okay,
I'd have to do some research.
yeah, it's a weird combination. Then I'll just do a quarterstaff.
Okay. I will say that there isn't really necessarily a quarterstaff here, but they could forge like a weighted tip to your quarterstaff.
Perfect.
So like you put an end cap on your quarterstaff that's just adamantine, a cap. So when you're swinging it, you could get those magical hits.
I could also make him one out of metal, pure metal, if you wanted.
Yeah, I mean
Are we with these
the dwarves?
The dwarves?
They are outside. They can craft anything you want.
I have questions for them.
What they have here is just stock. It's stuff that they've been shipping out. So it's not like they have custom stuff here, but they can do custom materials and armor and stuff. They just have to be there to do it. So I'll say that.
I'll take the tips and then wait until I can talk to them.
Just the tips?
Adam can't forge this stuff. It's them that has to forge it.
Okay.
This is high level forging.
Gotcha.
You could do steel and iron and stuff, but this is magical stuff pretty much.
Okay. I'm gonna go talk to them if everybody's done here.
Yeah. So like I said, document carefully what you took out, and you will have to report that to long names. Yeah. And what is her name?
Lulu?
Yeah, it's not that, but it is Sithi. Sithi, Vine Cutter. So you'll have to report that to her, just so she can keep inventory, and then you can talk to her about going back in and forging something.
What was the name of the god again?
It was
Merlin. Medjin.
Merlin. Moradin. Moradin.
So we go out there and just want to mention to her that, hey, you got a Moradin gauntlet in there, right?
Oh, she would have been well aware. Yeah. All right. So do you want to exit the mine?
Yes.
All right. Cool. So as you exit the mine, you see something. Hold on. you see Hugh actually comes out first, and he stops dead and falls backwards. And he says, "Run!" And he runs back into the forge because outside the gate there is this.
Oh shit! I run.
From everything that he told you and you remember, that is Tinder. That is the dragon that took his arm. That's the gator that took my arm. He goes, "It's all in the hips," and runs right past you. The dragon has one of the albino pinned, claw right through his spine, so he's dead.
One of the dwarves?
One of the dwarves. And Scythe runs in with you, and the other two make it as well. So you have 2 dwarves, Scythe, so 3 dwarves, and yourselves can be back in the forge. And the dragon bites the head off the one that he has pinned. And
That's Scythe. She can make us like a big, huge crossbow with a long arrow on it.
I see where you're going with this. I'm going to end it there. It's 2:00. I'm going to end it there. Next session, you can. What I'll say is the dragon can speak, so you could address the dragon, fight it, run, whatever you want to do. So, as it stands right now, you're muted, Death. By the way, if you're talking, everybody can be in the forge with Scythe and these 2 dwarves. Outside of the gate area is this red dragon, and like I said, you can either start a negotiation or run or fight or whatever you want to do.
Okay. What about as far as like resting? I have no spells left.
I'll just give you a long rest. The dragon's perched outside, so feel free to talk in the morning. It's not going anywhere, so we'll do it like that.
Okay.
Fuck you, Grinder.
Yep. And let's get everybody up to level 8.
Oh shit.
Very nice.
So again, if you can get me your sheets, that'd be sweet. Or if you have something cool that happens at 8, let me know. I don't need your whole sheet. And other than that, yeah, that's where we'll stop.
Nice.
Sweet.
Excellent. Good stuff.
Yeah.
Score improvement. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it should be ability score or feat for everybody.
For a lot of people, yeah.
Super cool. Thank you, King.
Welcome.
Yeah, man, that was good.